Hey everybody, good evening. We got a good show for you tonight on this 259th episode, and a lot of people here all ready to get this thing kicked off. It's good to have you all here. I mean I could run through the list of everybody who's here, but we'll do that later once everything kind of settles down. But it's been a busy week on the channel. I think everybody who's been watching the shows. We had a really fun show, albeit an odd internet connection last night with Wolvie Fan, and on Tuesday, we dropped the latest all access art video, of course, with Tatiana. That was a Magic the Gathering documentary, kind of like a preview with the producer Seth Polanski. And then on that night, I also interviewed Ted Van Leeuw, right, from Super Comics World. He's always fun to talk to. But you know what? Today is a momentous occasion. And unfortunately, the gentleman can't be here with us tonight to celebrate it. But Bob Layton had a birthday today. I don't know what number it is, but I know it's over 70. So, but we talked. He's going to Malaysia next week, so he will be joining us probably in 2 weeks or something, and we'll catch up and see how that baking contest of at the shop went. Yeah, I know somebody had to win whatever prize Bob was giving away for that, but yeah, maybe he'll tune in here in the chat sometime while we're getting this thing started. But yeah, outside of that, it's just been a lot of fun around here. We had a lot of projects going on, and we got some fun stuff to do. We've got 3 different pre-OAX guests on to kick the show off tonight. And one of the things we did earlier this week was just have that big announcement with all of the new guests that we had set up for this week. So 21 new attendees, guests announced for the show. Lots of people who haven't been to the show before. John Romita Jr. is going to be one of the guests. A returning guest, though, will be Matt Wagner, who is in the green room with me right now. So let me bring him in and we'll get the show started. Hey, Matt.
Bill?
Good to see you again. I mean, I haven't
Yeah,
seen you since the end
other
of
side of the continent.
exactly. So what have you been up to? Because I know you're always doing different projects, and I know there's a Kickstarter coming soon. I went to that page you linked me to, and it doesn't have a specific date when it's launching. Do we have
October 1st, and the project Bill is talking about is the 3rd volume of my ongoing epic saga about Dracula that I'm doing with the always magnificent Kelly Jones as the artist. I'm writing, he's drawing. We've done 2 volumes out of what will be at least 4. If I get some great ideas, it might be more. But volume 3, book 3, The Count, Dracula book 3, The Count, launches October 1st and wraps October 30th, the night before Halloween.
oh, well, perfect timing, right? I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah.
didn't the first
October's our
book,
month for these.
right? I was going to say I think the first book was in the fall as well, right? When
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Kickstarter
Every one of
started.
them has been in October. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. We know where our audience lies. And when they come out of the shadows.
what what was the inspiration behind that, right? I think I've read stuff in the past that you and Kelly had talked about working on different projects over the years, and just nothing ever
Kelly
kind
and I
of
have known
came.
each other for decades, and we've always said we've got to work together. And we both knew we wanted it to be something kind of big and significant, not just a
Mhm.
one-off. And we, life keeps you busy in other many regards. And he had posted something to that same effect on Facebook, some comment on something I had posted. And I had been brewing on this idea about how to approach Dracula from an all new take for a long time, probably a decade. And I finally got the idea. And so I called him and I said, Kel, are you serious about this, man? Because I think I got the projects that's absolutely perfect for both of us, but it's going to be a commitment. It's going to be 6 years or more. And the time was right for him and the time was right for me. So off we went. And
When was that? When was the beginning of
about
the
3 or
commitment?
4 years ago now.
Yeah.
Um,
So it was a
uh,
year before the first book kickstarted then.
a little bit more than a year. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're doing them on Kickstarter. That Kickstarter is where you can get the exclusive hardcover editions.
Hmm.
So there are, in addition to a bunch of other fun stuff, rewards and such, including some original art, some merch, that sort of stuff. But the main attraction is we do 3 editions: one with Kelly's cover, one with my variant cover, and then a limited signed and numbered edition, limited to 666 copies.
Okay.
Uh, and then Dark Horse Comics, about a month after the book is printed and makes its way to our backers, Dark Horse Comics releases a trade paperback version via regular retail outlets. So if you want the hardcover, the Kickstarter is the only place to get it.
Awesome. Are there any art-related reward tiers in this?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody knows this. Your art fans, Kelly doesn't really sell his art. Kelly's art is extremely rare on the market. So for the first one, we did, I think it was 20 original black and white sketches
Mhm.
by Kelly of Dracula. They sold out in an hour. With the second volume in the limited edition on the tip-in sheet, we did I think it was 50 remarks, and by remark I mean a nice big Dracula head, not a little tiny.
Something in the corner, right?
Right, yeah.
Sizable.
And for this one, we are doing only 10 8.5 by 11 original pieces that Kelly drew and inked, and I am then color painting over top of his inks. So a true collaboration between the two of us. And those are going to be pretty pricey, of course, but if you can't afford that, we're also reproducing all 10 pieces as 10 plates in a color
Mm.
portfolio at a much more economical price.
I mean, when I was going to ask you a little bit about, I mean, I was curious, when you were thinking about the project, I mean, clearly you probably had Kelly in mind, but was there any, did you ever think, you would like to be the one, handling the art chores around it?
No, I just kind of, it's funny because, of course, as you're pointing out there, I'm an artist too.
Hmm.
When I work with other artists, it's always on projects that I just instinctively know I'm not drawing this one. And it's part of it is an internal monitor. Part of it is just that person's going to look better. And certainly Kelly is just the ideal artist for this. I find myself continually writing scenes aimed at Kelly's strengths and thinking to myself, oh, Kelly is going to kill this. And then it comes back and it's like way better than I could have imagined. So it's absolutely just a perfect collaboration. I keep telling people, I feel like we're hitting that collaborative note that only creeps up in comics, every once in a while, Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams and Byrne and Claremont. And I just feel like we're really connecting on that level to where it is just a perfect synthesis of our two roles in this project.
Yeah. When he gets a script, does he kind of, give you some suggestions on ways that make it better? No, he
Nope.
just rolls with
Nope.
it.
He always prints it out hard copy. And when this first started out, I bought us two Dracula whiskey tumblers. So he always prints it out hard copy and fills himself a bourbon and goes out back and reads it twice. And then he always just is like, this is perfect. This is the best thing I've ever read. I'm drawing it tomorrow.
Well, that's perfect then. I mean,
Yeah.
he clearly, it's not even not even trust. I mean, he reads
Yeah,
it
yeah,
totally
yeah,
confident
and
in everything. That's
our
wonderful.
energy on this together, and we're on a third book now, and our energy is still absolutely as high as it was at the very beginning.
Yeah. Well, that's great. I mean, uh, I did get to see the first book. I thought the art was awesome. I did not get a chance to pick up the second book yet, though.
Second
But
one just shipped to the backers, but again, if you're waiting for the trade, that'll be I want to say in about 3 or 4 weeks, something like that at your LCS.
okay.
So and
Mm.
via online sources as well.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I can get out to my local. I don't have a local comic shop. I have to drive like an hour here in Central Florida.
Yeah, yeah,
They're a little rare,
yep.
but plenty in Orlando. It's funny when I read your bio, the name, the word indie comes up a lot, right? I mean, because you've been a very independent creator over the years. You're kickstarting these, and just all the way back to Mage and Grendel. I mean, you name it. I mean, do you view yourself as an indie creator after all this time? I mean, do you
Oh
feel
hell
very
yes,
independent?
yes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I've done stuff for the big guys, but it's always just going and playing in their sandbox for a little while.
Hmm.
I always come back to the just the best place I can create, which is my own scene. Nobody tells me yes or no. Nobody tells me we can't do that. And Kelly is discovering that joy for the first time here, for the most part. I mean, Kelly has mainly worked for the big two.
Hmm.
And he keeps telling me, "Oh, we'd never be able to do this." And I was like, "Well, yeah, I do this stuff all the time." so, uh, so he's really enjoying it too, and it is. we only answer to ourselves, and everything relies on us. So it's a good feeling.
Well, that's great. I mean, because you're right. I don't think he's done a lot, right, outside of Marvel and DC. So,
Yep. Yep.
well, hey, you got to start sometime. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I was going to see how you've been able to
Yeah, and it's funny
manage your
because
professional career.
as a result of that, like kind of I'm the one that kind of spearheads how it's all going to work out.
Mhm.
I'm the one that is used to putting together. Kelly's used to turning in his art, and then the publisher produces that into a book. I'm the one that's like, okay, I need a book map. I need to know what's on page one to the end papers, everything in
Mhm.
between. Um, and so we it all just works out. We fill those roles very smoothly.
Well, here you got Johnny Makes Comics, a friend of the channel. John Moore says he's been a fan of your collaboration since it was revealed on the kayfabe
Well,
forever
thanks,
ago.
Johnny, because I am a big fan of it too. Believe me.
Yeah, yeah, and that was a good. I remember the kayfabe interview. That was a good one, definitely. Are you drinking bourbon tonight, or is that iced tea?
You bet I am. Yep.
I do it after the show, or I'd be blithering
You have to run
whatever.
things. I just have to talk.
So where are you guys at in the production of this third book then?
We are just wrapping up uh, a preview, a 10-page preview. Kelly's just like a page away from being done with the pencils.
Hmm.
Uh, I will point out the first book was, I think, 94 pages of story and art. Book 2 was 120, and book 3 is 120.
Wow.
Um, so yeah, in we're in great shape, and I generally what happens is about when the Kickstarter wraps up is when I write the script for the next one, and I get it to him then around New Year's,
Hmm.
and then he starts drawing, and that takes us right up to our October launch. I will say we have something really great we're going to reveal. We just got a glowing quote blurb from the legendary John Carpenter.
Oh wow.
Yep, pretty
That
awesome. We were both floating around on cloud nine last night. Believe me.
that's awesome. So you are planning on a fourth book? I mean, I
Yes,
thought it was
four at least.
four at least.
We have some ideas for more, but we'll wait and see how those coalesce. One thing I also want to say is we've gotten a lot of requests for um, artist editions.
Mhm.
Full size artwork in black and white, and we are definitely going to be doing that. We will most likely be breaking it up into 2 volumes. So books 1 and book 2 in one volume, books 3 and books 4 in the next volume. I don't
Wow.
quite know when those are going to come. I think we're probably going to wait till all 4 original volumes are published before we move on to that repackaging.
Sure.
And then, of course, we'll put all 4 of those into a big, fatty, beat you over the
Slipcase.
head volume.
Oh, one single one. Okay,
Yeah. Yep.
wow. That's well, that'll be impressive. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yep.
obviously a lot of art collectors love getting the artist edition style books
Well, and
as well.
especially Kelly's art. His line work is just so fine, and uh, so it has so much depth to it. This was this is a good time to give it a little shout out to our colorist Jose Villarrubia, um, who we brought on board because I feel like almost every coloring job I've seen on Kelly's work previously, I didn't really like that much because
Mhm.
people look at his art and they think, "Oh, it's dark and moody. I'm going to color it dark and moody." And my attitude was like, "No, he's already done the dark and moody. Like he's already drawn that. The coloring needs to be bright to show off his line work.
Mhm.
And so when Jose came on board, I said to Jose, "Look, think Dario Argento's Suspiria and Mario Bava's Black Sabbath, both horror films that are lit up bright as a pinball machine,
Yeah.
and yet still spooky as can be." And boy, Jose really caught that. And with these books, what we're trying to do is uh, capture the flavor of the comics that we loved in the 70s. As we were coming up.
Hmm.
The horror comics, particularly creepy, eerie, that sort of thing. And one thing, when you look through the books, that is a very subtle little thing that Jose has done. He has filled in all the gutters as off white, so they're not pure white. So they have an echo of an older comic as you're reading
Right.
it. You know, and again, subtle little thing, but so effective. Therefore, the white of the speech balloons really pops. You know,
Hmm.
and yeah, just Jose's really knocked it out of the park.
Here, I was going to show. I remember you sent me a graphic, and I forgot to show when I got started here. So there, these are, the image on the left you sent me is the cover, and is that like what's the one on the right? I guess
The one on the right is my variant cover. So the
that's
left
your variant. All right,
is Kelly's main cover, and then the right is my variant cover. And
awesome.
again,
You see
this
that?
this is book 3, The Count.
There you go. There, Armando just said the same thing in the chat, and I guess that answers a question James Siegel had asked if there was any art, at all in the book from you. So a variant cover at the very least. Anything
Well, at
else?
the variant cover here, but then again, we're going to be offering these 10 original pieces that Kelly will draw and I will color. I would urge everybody to go. Bill, I don't know if you can share the link page, but if you go check out the pre-launch page on Kickstarter, the campaign goes live next Wednesday, and if you register, you will get an immediate notice. If you're at all interested in those very rare 10 pieces, sign up. You'll get notified when it goes live immediately, and you can hop on those puppies as soon as you can.
Oh yeah, no, I've shared the link in the chat a couple times. So
Great,
and
great, thank you.
be sure to share it before we're done too. Again, but and I'll put it in the show description. I did forget to do that before I kick things off here, but I'll get it in there as well because, like you said, you're kicking it off October 1st. So
October 1st. Yep. And I see Johnny says there, Johnny Makes Comics again says Brennan's doing a great job on the color. Brennan is only coloring my variant color cover. The
uh,
rest is all colored, but again, by Jose Villarubia.
yeah, I figured the color palette was a choice, right? I mean, because everything from the first book was just very, like you said, it's very highlighted. I mean,
Yep.
it was that you wouldn't think would create
Vibrant,
that
and which is
vibrant.
not something you normally associate with Dracula, right?
Right. No, no, exactly. Not
Yep.
something that would set the mood that the book has, but it works really, really well. And it
Yep.
feels like a throwback to the early
And
70s,
again, one of
horror
the things
books
that
and
led
everything.
us to Jose was the recent restoration work he had done on Rights and Swamp
Hmm.
Thing for an Absolute Edition from DC, and then
Yep.
the restoration work he was doing on the Corbin Library for Dark Horse. Also very bright and vibrant, and yes, also spooky and moody artwork. So we knew he would dig what we were looking for. You know.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. I mean, it is. It's beautiful. So well, I've signed myself up for it again, and
Right on.
anybody
Great. Thank you.
who has not done it yet, you can go over to Kickstarter and do the same thing, please. So yeah, you're coming back to OAX though, third year.
Sure.
We're looking
Yeah.
forward to having you back. You
Dude, I enjoy that show so much because it just feels like an old school con. You know what I mean? It
mhm.
has the size, it has the vibe, it has the energy. It's not full of a lot of wrestlers and TV stars and that kind of thing, you know. And and it is just one of my favorite shows of the year.
Well, we appreciate that. It's something that we've worked on for a while, and as collectors, it's exactly what we've always wanted, right?
Yeah,
A show
yeah,
that's
yeah,
all about art
yeah.
and
It's
art
it's a very
collecting.
focused audience. Yeah,
Yeah, no, and it's fun, man. The thing is, we're going to be showing you pre-OEX opportunities and stuff, but it's fun playing a part in getting new artwork out in the market, right? Even if, commission style work, even though we're just the host of the show, it's fun knowing that the show helps produce and create a lot of work for creators like yourself and other
hmm
artists,
hmm
and but puts that artwork into collectors' hands. And I don't know, I like being, after CAF was more of just a gallery for a long time. It's fun to kind of be a part of the whole process
yeah,
and
yep,
a cog in the
yep,
wheel. And
yeah. And
and
yeah, I will say you've done it just very well.
well, we have a team.
Show runs smooth. Yeah, you have a good team. Show
Yeah, we
runs
do.
smooth,
We
and everybody comes out happy.
exactly. And
Attendees, guests, everybody.
yep. Oh yeah. And Sokolov Art is going to be there this year as well for the first time. I know
Awesome.
he's been posting some stuff on CAF, and Yeah, I mean, that's the fun thing. We have a lot of people who return every year, and there's always a lot of new collectors who make the trip. It's the right time of year, being winter in Orlando and everything. That does help out a lot. But yeah, no, I
Yeah,
mean,
I live
it's
in Portland, and February's like, get out of town.
so I'm sure you'll be setting up near DOA
Yep,
as
yep,
always
with my
with
art
Jim
dealer, Jim
Warden.
Warden, DOA, and we'll have plenty of stuff available. And as Bill just mentioned, we have pre-commission. How do you what do you call those?
Pre-OAX commissions, pre-books.
Pre-OAX commission.
We should probably settle on one way to say it, but yeah. But here's a question for you. I mean, it is 5 months away, but do you have any artwork that you'll be able to bring to the show that is really kind of a first time showing it off for sale, like published work?
Sure, sure, yeah. Well, because every year when the year rolls around, there's stuff that hasn't. Like for instance, this year we did via a group called Off the Page Games. We did this incredibly cool and sophisticated Grendel game, a board game
Oh,
that
cool.
was done through a Kickstarter, and I produced a whole lot of new artwork for it. So we'll have all the art from that game. I also just recently did. I don't know if you're aware that Robert Kirkman is reissuing all of The Walking Dead in brand new colored editions.
Hmm.
So they contacted me and asked me to do what they call a suite of 6 covers. And they said, "Is there any way you can hook them together into some giant tapestry effect? If you can't, that's cool, but if you can." So what
Oh,
I
you got
did
it.
was I did basically an animated sequence that changed character with every issue. So it starts off with Rick, and then goes to Jesus, and then goes to Ezekiel, and then Michonne, and then Carl, and finally Negan. And they're basically an animated sequence, and then behind them is this giant tapestry of zombie faces, almost 150 zombie faces, and no two are alike. So that was kind of the funnest part, is making up all these different zombies from every walk of life, every type of person. So we'll have all of those there. And then I always bring along a small 9x12 portfolio full of pre-done
Hmm.
sketches that if you don't want to pre-order something via OAX, you can just come and flip through my book and take a look at that. So
Yes.
lot of opportunities.
You were always one of the artists that the people when they were attending shows would race to your table to see what was in the portfolio
Yeah,
because
everybody
you've
does
always got
their advanced shopping.
exactly. No, that's totally true.
Yep.
But that's kind of the fun part. I think a lot of people who go to OAX, they kind of set a game plan.
Yep.
Who they're going to
Yep.
hit. A lot they'll commission a lot of artists so they know who they don't have to go to, right?
Yes.
But
Right.
then
Right.
they
Right.
just target the people who they that are on their list. So
Exactly so.
good, good. Well, why don't we show the pieces that the options you got? Because I know you definitely have quite a variety, and
Yes, we have a big range of stuff you could pre-order.
I'll throw a link into the chat as well. And just for those who didn't know, when we relaunched the site on Tuesday, we still have the oa-expo.com domain name, but that forwards to our new domain name, which is just oax.art. So very easy to
Awesome.
remember. And here's the link in the chat though for Matt's request form. Now we don't have a slide for the first one because I talked to you like I think just yesterday. I said, hey, if you can offer some sketch card options into that, would be cool. But we didn't have any that we could show. So you do have a sketch card level, and it's it's going to be done on the OAX stock card, and they will be priced $150. And that
And
is so
those are
that
for black and white only.
black and white
I
only.
just find that size is just a little too small to do color, but
Right. Right, exactly. So, and usually, I don't know, those are probably like a bust. Most people don't draw a full figure on a sketch card, but that's
yeah.
what
Although
everybody can expect.
occasionally, sometime if it fits, I mean,
Hmm.
I have to wait and see what people want.
All right. Well,
But
so
yeah,
that
bust is the general default for sure.
all right. Well, now I can show the slides because I've got them for all the other levels. I know the this one is a 6x6 level for $600. I saw quite a few of these last year. I remember. So you have the tones, the accent color on it, and I think I got a couple other image examples for this one.
Hmm.
So yeah, so these are fine. They're, a lot of creators do work on this is about the size of the stuff though that you bring in the portfolio, right? This and maybe the 6x9s, I think.
Yeah, and then 9x12s as well. Yeah, I try to include again the portfolio that I bring. I try to, just like these. I try to include a wide range to appeal to a wide range of buyers. Like, and what people can afford. So
Exactly. And yeah, I see Stingray mention that you could fit a full figure dupe in a sketch card if you wanted. So yeah, the dupe is not a character you want to do a bust of, I don't think. Let's see here. So then after that, we have an $800 level. These are the 6x9s, and you get a little more accent color on these. It's a little larger size. I mean, it just looks like you have a lot of fun with these pieces. Even though they're like at a 6x9, you're still cramming in a lot of detail.
Yeah,
And
the fun thing is, the size kind of challenges the image. You know what I mean? Like you get this size, and it's like, okay, how am I going to make this interesting?
mhm,
And that will often, like for instance, look at that Space Ghost there on the right. Well, because it's long and longer than it is wide and fairly small. I had to keep it all very simple, and of course that fits in with the Space Ghost design sense from Alex Toth. It all just adds up.
right, right. So, but there's an example where you're putting your own creative license on the image. Am I going to go full figure? Am I going to go,
Yep, yep, yep.
play around with it a little bit?
Yeah, and you
So,
really see that between those two examples for sure. Yeah.
exactly. Now, oh, here, this is the same size, but fun. So
Everybody loves that one.
do you get a lot of character requests that you haven't, drawn professionally like this?
Sure. I wish I would have shared this one with you. I have a guy who buys stuff off me very regularly, and he asked me to do Calvin and Hobbes.
Oh, really?
And so I definitely did not want to draw it like Bill Watterson would draw it,
Hmm.
because of course that's Bill Watterson's style and very recognizable. So I did kind of a more realistic version, and it turned out really cool. The buyer really liked it. In fact, I'll send that to you after we're done here, and if you can post that somewhere, I don't know where, but it's a fun thing to show off.
I will definitely do that. No, this is a good one. I can. We have somebody who orders a mystery sketch every twice a year when we do them, and they're usually asking for a Peanuts character, and it's always fun to see what the artist does on it, because maybe they've doodled them in the past, but they've never done something that would be more of a complete kind of a commission. So yeah, that's
And this is a good opportunity. Last year, there's a fellow who collects sketches of hands,
oh, that's right. I forgot about
because
that.
he was a hand. It might still be a hand surgeon. Um, so I did, Grendel kind of holding, very kind of delicately holding his fork, and you get to see a bit of his face too and everything. But that one turned out he really liked that one.
Perfect. Yeah, I don't know. That's a challenge in and of itself.
Yeah, cool. I love challenges like that. What I don't like is that, draw me a piece of pie, that kind of thing. But if you could take one of my characters or an existing character and ask me to do something cool with it, yeah,
Did you, so you've gotten some odd requests like that for
yeah.
people's
And
favorite
again, sometimes
desserts?
I go, yeah, no, I'm not drawing that. Pick something else.
Yeah, I could imagine. So here's a 9x12 option as well. A little bit larger, $1,000 on these, no background,
A
and
little bit of
again,
background there with those roses,
oh,
but not much. It's
right,
there's no environment per se.
exactly. And I think, yeah, I had an extra slide for this level too. So again, you just kind of go with whatever you're feeling there with the
Yeah.
full character or
Yep. Yep.
zooming in.
Mhm.
Yeah. And let's see, after the 9x12, with that, you have minimal background on this one, a little bit more tones and accent color, and
Yep.
$1,300 on
Yep.
these. I think I've got, yeah, another one here. Yeah. No, these are fun. And I like the fact that you kind of just, you know what you're going to get out of it when you're either doing a full figure or not. You can expect to get a lot of detail, and it's going to be a fun piece from you. Now, what was the next one? Oh, that's right. 9x12, full color background, or, really kind of whatever you want to do, but for $1,700 on this one on the 9x12. And I got a couple other ones from this one. I remember seeing this one
Everybody
last year.
loves that one, yeah. Because who doesn't adore that movie?
Exactly. Yeah, that came out great. I'm sure the commissioner was very happy when they got
He
that
was
one.
indeed. It's the same guy that got the Calvin and Hobbes, in fact.
Oh, well. Hey, we love offbeat collectors like that. And oh, this was a fun one too. There you go. So another $1,700 option with with a lot of
Yeah,
backgrounds on
that's
this
the
one.
again, I'm a child of the '70s, so that's
Hmm.
the Star Lord I knew.
Exactly. I know a lot of people don't remember that costume at
Yep,
all.
yep.
Let's see. Next one is this is on 11 by 17, so it's the first 11 by 17. Minimal backgrounds on these, and I know this
So
is a
this
two
one
character.
was a collector who buys a lot of stuff off me and wanted me to do my version of the Mage #1, the Hero Discovered #1 cover without all the graphics and everything, but draw it like you would draw it now, as opposed to a bazillion years ago when I was an up and coming fledgling. How you draw it with your years of experience and more accomplished style.
Well, it came out great. And is that now this does have two figures on it. So is this what would
Well,
the
one's a pretty small figure.
right, right. So this would we would say the standard for this is single figure.
Standard is single figure,
Yeah.
but you could depending on what you want, we can discuss. Put it that way.
All right. And so that was $2,000 for this one. Then the next level up, a little bit more detail, or I should say a lot more detail.
That one's a lot more detail. Yeah, that one should probably actually be 4, but it's a good illustration of if you're going this route, you're going to get a very finished piece.
Right. No, that's beautiful. And so this is $3,000 for this 11 by 17 with the full background. Now the next two, I have to apologize. I made a mistake. I put 5,000 on the slide, and it should have been 6,000. It is right on the website, so I won't even. I'll have to fix the slides that I posted up on the site as well. But let me go ahead and show. These are essentially cover recreations
Cover
with.
recreations. I've had a lot of fun with these over the years. This one was Action Comics number 39. And you can go look that up. It's a little bit different, but it's basically Superman dropping down on the Nazis.
Mhm.
The difference being, of course, in the old days they would never cover up the logo. I I had no compunction with covering up the logo, but this one is 11 by 17 full. You get all the cover graphics and everything, the logo. Um, it's a very fully realized cover recreation, and we have a few more here too as well.
Yeah, we do. We have. Let me see. This is the other one here. This one's phenomenal.
So this
Uh,
one was the same buyer that wanted the Mage #1 recreation, but he wanted me to do an homage to the cover of Camelot 3000 #1, but do it, which of course has similar themes about the return of King Arthur, but do it with Mage and all the Mage characters and Mage logo and Mage motifs and all that. So,
And I hate to tell you, I couldn't get to that FF one. I was doing these right before the show,
oh,
and
okay.
that
Well, there
that
was an
one,
FF one as well. Yep.
yeah, I wish, I'll try to find a way to show that one off because I wanted to see it, but it had like you shared it with Google Drive, and I wasn't logged into the right account, so I couldn't get the
Oh,
file.
okay. Okay. Yep. That was just an overload of images I was sending you. That's all.
I
But
got through them.
it's a recreation of God, I forget the number, but it's the first appearance of Black Bolt on the cover.
Oh
Most
man,
FF fans will know it. Big image of Black Bolt, with his arms spread, his legs spread, and um,
yeah, we have a Black Bolt collector out there in CAFTM who would probably like to have seen that. I'll definitely dig that up, but yeah, I think this one's fantastic though. I love it, man. But have I didn't go on a calf to see if there's a lot of cover recreations that you've done. Have you done it? You've done a few though,
no, those are
clearly.
the only three.
Those are the only three. Oh, okay. Well,
Even
that's
though
why
I
I haven't seen a
really
lot
like
then.
doing them. Well, actually, no. Let me backtrack there a little bit. Those are the only three that are full cover recreations. I have a guy who has been hiring me for years to do recreations of uh, the first 7 Detective Comics covers that are Batman Sans Robin. So before
Oh, wow.
Robin shows up, there are 7 of those. His budget did not include to be able for me to do the logo and everything. So it's
Mhm.
just an illustration of those. If you look on my Facebook site page, my X site as well, you can find those. Um,
I was just gonna ask,
those are a lot of
yeah,
fun.
if the buyer had an issue with you sharing them on your social, so I can hop over to your Facebook and check them out there.
Sure. In fact, Bill, if you want me to, I'll just send them to you when we get off here, and you can post them
Yeah, that'd be great.
however you care to. Yep.
Well, you
Yep.
will get a request from me.
I've done 5 out of the 7. There's 2 more to go.
Damn. All right. Well, sweet.
I'm saving the very first appearance for last.
Yeah, I mean, that was your choice, right? You wanted to
Yeah.
kind
Yep.
of
Yep.
work your way into it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, I know we got a few emails, so that those are coming into you right now. So that's always good. If you ever run into anything where you need us to talk about anything, let me know. But I will correct the slides on there with the price on the cover recreations, and if there's anything that we can do for you in the lead up to OAX, let me know. Especially when you know what you're going to be bringing to the show that's unique. That you're going to be dropping. We'll definitely want you to kind of get us that information or have Jim send it to us.
Yeah, I
So
was gonna say that'll probably be coming from Jim, but yeah, yep. We'll get you all set up, man. Yep.
perfect. All right, Matt. Well, best of luck on the Kickstarter. Obviously, you got a lot of people already following it, so I know it's going to do really well when it launches. But I'll be looking forward to
Yeah, and
the
again,
October 1st one.
you get a big stroke like that from John Carpenter. It's just
Yeah.
wow.
Man. All right. Well, again, thanks for doing this. And
You bet, Bill.
anything
Good
I can
seeing
do
you
for
again,
you,
man, and
just let me know.
I'll see you in several months.
You got it. All right. See you, Matt.
Bye, everybody.
All right. Yeah. Well, there you go. A good start for Mr. Wagner on that, and he's got the Kickstarter with Kelly Jones starting October 1st. So lots of stuff going on with Matt. But we got more show here, more pre-OAX opportunities coming up. And what did somebody call it? I said we should give it a name, and I think there you go, Rick Welch, always thinking lightheartedly. He called them OAX appetizers. So all right, I don't think that's going to work, but we should put a TM on that and maybe use that for something else. The hors d'oeuvres at that we could pick up from Miller's or something, but we'll come up with something. But in the green room right now are both Tatiana and Jason here. So let me bring them in, and then we'll move on to the next segment. Welcome to the show.
Hey everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Nice to meet you, Jason.
Hey, good to meet you.
Are you in the studio right now?
I am in my studio. Yes.
Very nice. And Tatiana, nice to see you again, as always.
Yeah, I only see Bill at least a couple times a week every week. So some weeks it's like 5 times.
That is true, but there's nothing wrong with that. So Jason, we're really glad that you're coming to OAX this year. That was we got to announce that this week, so we're glad to have you, and it's awesome that you're working with us on the pre-OAX commissions and whatnot through Tatiana. So yeah, it's good. I was on tdartgallery.com earlier today, just kind of checking out what they have available over there, and we've seen it before, obviously, with different art sales and things that Tatiana's done drops on, but it's always good to remind it of the work that you do. I would encourage anybody who's maybe not familiar with your work, Jason, they should head over to TD Art Gallery and and check out your work there. But
Yes, indeed.
yeah, exactly.
I'm really looking forward to it myself. I haven't been to a con in many years at this point. I think the last one I went to was with you, Tatiana.
Yeah, it was that show we did in Bakersfield. That was probably, I don't know, 7-8 years ago. It's been a long time.
Very long, very long. So yeah, it'll be really nice. I've never been to a convention that's all about original art, so that's kind of new for me.
Well, they're few and far between at the moment, but
yeah.
no, but
I've
well,
never
then
heard
that's
of
even
such a
better.
thing.
At the end of the day, it's if an artist is going out to a show every other weekend, I mean that's not going to make OAX unique, an experience for the collectors that are coming, and so that's that's kind of goes into some of the decision process as well, right? We want to have a show that people can look forward to see creators that they might not get to see at larger shows or that get out that often. So no, that's great. Where are you based out of?
I'm in Las Vegas, Nevada. Good old Sin City.
Nothing wrong with that. I got married in Vegas at the Graceland, little white wedding chapel.
Oh
So,
yeah, the little white chapel.
little white
I
chapel.
believe my mother got married to my stepdad back in the '90s there, as well as Michael Jordan, I think.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, I got married there in the 90s too, in 95. So, yeah, no, I hope it's still there and that Elvis is still serving up the brides like he did for me and my wife Maureen back in the day. But yeah, so this is gonna be a fun show. I'm glad that that you're gonna be participating in it. Tatiana is always she's taking care of a lot of things at OAX, but she always takes care of her booth and takes care of the artists that are there. And we've always the cool thing. Really, the first two shows, Tatiana, is just getting to see all the commissions that your artists have done in advance of the show. I mean, there's always highlights, I think from every creator that puts work into the pre-OAX stuff, and then the art that they do at the show as well. But
And Jason's commissions are already really popular, so I'm just really
yeah,
excited to see what people request. And yeah, I know Jason's going to knock it out of the park because he always does.
exactly. And so the commission opportunity, that we're offering tonight, we always offer, you got to be coming to OAX, everybody, to pick it up. That's always the way we want to approach these. I think we got a couple of questions last week about that, but that is the way of these pre-OAX opportunities. So Matt, who's in Vegas as well, yeah, there's a few art collectors that get together in Vegas. Jeff Wedding, who's a fan of the show, and we are fans of Jeff Wedding, is in Vegas. He's I wouldn't say he's the #1 Hembeck collector out there, but he's in the top 5. Lots of a lot of stuff like that going on. I think James Siegel was in Vegas meeting up with them not too long ago. But hey, I have turned on your pre-OAX opportunity, and like all artists that work with Tatiana's group, they you'll see they're shown on our pre-OAX page on oax.art. But when you click on them to see the commission opportunity, it does take you over to TD Art Gallery's website. So I do have that link, and I will put that in the chat for everybody. So there you go. You can follow that over there. And let me go ahead and I can highlight the opportunities that you guys are doing. So here we go. First slide here. So the TD Art sketch card is all sketch cards have been very popular so far with the year 3 of OAX pre-books, and so you're offering a bust and it's going to be pen and ink at $75. Which is a very very fair price. So we've seen your work numerous times, and I have to say, for those of you who have not gotten a TD Art Gallery sketch card, they're slick. I don't know, Tatiana, if you have an example in hand or not, but some people who bought them would. You do? Because I was looking. I know I have like 3 or 4 here, and I can't find them. I filed them away somewhere. I was going to scan one because I wanted people to see what you had printed on it, because you do have the Superman one has the your quill that's part of the logo. And here, let me I can drop this out. So you have an example there, Tatiana?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a blank one.
All right, here I'll go full screen.
So the front just has the quill on the bottom.
Yep.
And then the back so it's similar, like if you were to pull this out of a pack, it's got the congratulations, and then it's 2025 limited edition, then a space for the artist name. These were designed for me by the amazing Tony Perna, so he knows what's up. And these are really nice, thick. They're 160 point. They're as thick as you can get them, while still having them fit in all of like the standard card sleeves. Right. So.
Exactly. I think when we printed our last set, it was like the size lower than that. But when we're doing the OAX 2026 cards, which are, I know the digital files went over to the printer today. They're going to be on the same stock that you have, because it's just a better surface. It feels like, certainly with we have a lot of people who paint on them as well. It makes a lot of sense to have something that is a little bit more rigid for that.
Yeah, I decided to be the guinea pig for that version, and sent them to everybody on the CAF team, and everyone liked them. So I'm glad that we're moving to that thickness for the our next upcoming cards for next year.
Exactly. So just a reminder on this one. So the sketch card level is $75, pen and ink. And let me take a look at the next level here. So then I think that was, 9x12, pen and ink bust. $125 for these. And I've got, I think you sent me a couple examples here. Red Sonja and a Robin.
Yeah, so the Red Sonja, it would probably be, you would probably get a little bit more, because that, you'd get a little bit more of bust of Red Sonja.
Yeah,
but it gives up
you get some chest and you get some shoulders, and especially if it's like not to interrupt you, Tatiana. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
If it was the character like Superman or Spider-Man, I'd definitely make sure to get the logo in there. So.
Oh, nice. So are these? I mean, what's your tools of choice when you're doing a piece like this?
I'm pretty simple. I just use basically, my trusty lead holder, and pretty much all microns and Sharpies.
Sure.
So, keep it simple.
No, nothing wrong with that. And let me show the Robin one again for the 9x12. There we have that. Now, next up, we have these are the little bit. There's some options in here. 9x12. Pen and ink, and it's a full figure. You can what is it? A single character is $200. You can have 2 characters on this one for $300, and you have options for partial or full backgrounds that can be added on as well. So I imagine when somebody's submitting a request through the site, Tatiana, they can kind of fill out the the commission request field and give you like a description on what they'd like to get, and you'll work with them and let them know what the full price for that commission would be.
Absolutely. And, I always ask people, if somebody says, oh, I want a 9x12, Spider-Man, I will always ask them, did you want to add any background? Or so I make sure that people are ending up with exactly it is what they were hoping to get. So this is an example of 2 figures with no background. So it made sense for him to request these 2 without background. It doesn't feel weird to have them with no background. So
no, not at all. I think we have a couple other, like here with a little bit of background. The character again. It's really nice.
Yeah, so that's partial background, and that it works perfect for Sage. That's a great way to show that character. I think she's kind of tough to show her powers anyway, and I really like how Jason put this one together because it makes it really clear how her powers work.
It has a little 3D feel to it as well.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
kind of a little graphic designy on there.
Now, we have one other, let's see. Yeah, here you go. Look at that.
Yes, that'd be full background. Magic is Jason's #1 requested character. So he's done tons of different versions.
So do people get very particular when they, request Magic? I mean, they've kind of got to pick an era and maybe even an artist, right? I mean, Magic has been drawn a few different ways over the years, but I mean, I'm curious how they define the costume. Is it by storyline, by artist? I mean, how do you usually get a request like that, Tatiana?
I think most people just request Magic.
And they don't say anything else? So they can do anything they want. Wow.
We have had people we had people request her like in her demon form, like with the with the lower body change, and we've had people say I want to make sure that you can see her sword, but most people just say I love the way Jason draws Magic, I'd love to get a commission from him, and I generally will pass that along to Jason too, so that he knows that the person who's asking likes the ones you've done before, so then he'll generally keep it in that same kind of that range of styles, right? As opposed to going, I'm gonna pull out OG Magic miniseries Magic, which it would be fine if that's what somebody wanted, but that wouldn't be generally what most people are asking for.
Right. I don't remember who the artist was that got it, but I remember one of the mystery sketches was for the collector just asked for magic, and it was more the demonic magic, right? That you almost never see anybody draw, and I thought, I wonder, because I double checked, did they order magic or did they actually say they wanted, that very satanic looking version, and they didn't, and I thought, well, I'd like to see that collector when they open up that package just to see, uh, are they surprised, or not? Because they have to know. I mean, there's the option that an artist could take a different, that something else is their favorite or what they want to draw that day.
Yeah, Jason, what would you say your approach is when somebody just says magic? Where do you go with that?
Well, there's no real formula per se, but the biggest thing that pops in my head is just make it cool. Like the rule of cool is the number one rule when it comes to art. So as long as they think it looks cool, and not more often than not, some of those other things don't matter as much, like her background or particular issue she came, or that they enjoyed or whatever. Just as long as it looks super cool, then that'll do the trick.
That's as collectors, that's all we can hope for.
Right.
Want to make it the best you can. Now, let me see here. I think there's the other tier. This is the 11 by 17. So we have a single character for 250. You can add additional characters. You're not limited to two. Another 125 per character, and you can add in a partial background for $50 with full backgrounds for $100. So the example here with Batman is a simple character with no background. I like the way you did the cape on this one, though.
No, thank you very much.
Yeah, it really fills the page really well. Even though there's no background, it feels like a complete page.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm trying to get a lot more shadow, more of the offset of between black and white going on in the art. Like I like it to look kind of like it was stamped on there like by a machine. You know what I mean?
So do you do a lot of preliminary work, or do you kind of dive in on most of your character pieces like this?
No, I pretty much dive in. I don't even do finished pencils like I used to back in the day when I strictly did pencils. Since I go to ink, I like to. It kind of feels a little more alive after it's all said and done, because I guess the life is captured within the ink line instead of just the pencil. So maybe that's hard to describe, but this is how it feels for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've had people ask, oh, can I get progress shots and can I see the pencils? And I'm like, well, Jason doesn't work that way, but
Right.
we can show you layouts so you can see, is this looking like, but you have to know that what you're getting is just layouts. But then once the ink's in there, then the ink's in there. But it's really cool to watch Jason's process because it is layouts right into inks. It's really neat.
And I threw Jason's his page over on TV Art Gallery so everybody can see even more of your work, Jason. Get an idea for what characters they might want to commission from you. Now, I think I have.
And when you click that commission link and go to his commission page on the site, there are a ton of examples. I try to add everything. I've probably missed a handful here and there, but there are a ton of examples. So you can see a lot of different variety of what Jason's done for people over the years.
Oh yeah, I've probably drawn you at least 500 pieces over the years at this point.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And there are people who've gotten 3, 4, 5 of them. We have people who I know are coming to the show who have several. I'm like, oh, I bet you they're gonna get one, just because they're just great fans, love Jason stuff.
I try my best to keep the customers happy. It's the number one rule.
Now, is this one that you would consider a partial background? Because there's a lot of detail in the background, but how would that one be priced, Tatiana?
Yeah, this is a partial background.
Yeah.
I love this one. Like Ladytron's not a character you get asked very often. And, speaking of cool, Jason can draw sexy women. A lot of people love Jason's sexy women, but Jason just draws a really good badass lady, just, across the board. And this is such a good example of that.
That's one of my favorite genres.
Sexy women?
Badass, sexy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I left the badass part out. Yes.
Indeed.
Hey, any girl that's got a mohawk, I mean, I'm interested already. So no, it's a great image, and I love the way you handled the background on that. It
Thank you,
gives her
sir.
more of an edge, right?
I just wanted to answer this question in the chat. The way we're handling at show pickups is it's either in full up front with pickup at the show, or I will do half up front with the other half due by the show. So yeah, you can do half up front down payment if that's preferred.
There you go. Yeah, and I should have asked Matt that question earlier. I forgot. But yeah, that's good to know. And everybody has their own approach to how they want to handle the pre-books and everything. So that's good. Now, let's see here. Let's get a very odd organizational structure here in my studio today. But here's a 2-character piece, right? You got Spidey, Doc Ock, classic Doc Ock on the left, and some pretty cool backgrounds on this one too.
Yeah, this is definitely full background. We've gotten some cool requests of like Spidey character fights. I mean, we've had people ask for like 3 characters before. That's always kind of fun, but the fights are always really good. Jason thinks outside the box. They're not always the same, kind of thing over and over again. So he thinks through, what do these characters do? How do they work? It makes it a lot more interesting.
Took the words out of my mouth, Tatiana.
Chris Snork in the chat thinks that his friend Eric Wagner is the owner of that. You never know. That's possible. We'd have to search CAF for that. Where was the other one? 4D. Here we go. I had to go with the Cyclops Wolverine 2-character full background to show this one off. This is awesome. Very nice work, Jason.
I added that one to the folder just for you, Bill.
I had a feeling you were thinking of me, Tatiana, when you picked that one. No, that's awesome. And again, very very nice detail on this one too, Jason.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the Wolvie came out on that one. And I got pretty lucky randomly out of nowhere. Joe Chido, my old Wildstorm colleague, decided to color it. And did an amazing job as usual. So that was a nice little feather in my cap.
Oh, I hear you on that. I mean, Joe's one of my favorite colorists. I love his paintings. He's just one of those guys that just has a mastery over color that you just don't see too often. And he's an incredible talent, beyond all that. But yeah, his Wildstorm days were fun. I mean, he made a name for himself as a colorist there, and that's hard to do in the comics industry.
Oh yeah, he was one of the first ones, at least that I was aware of, that became a pretty household name. At least in our. Pardon me, I got an alarm going off. Sorry.
That optic blast, yeah, it's all good. But yeah, everybody knows that it's Cyclops and Thor neck and neck is my 2 favorite characters. So there you go. I don't mind it. Would you rather draw, Jason, Cyclops or Thor?
Well, that's a
I win
tough
either
one.
way, with either answer.
I've always been more of an X-Men fan than an Avengers fan.
Okay.
But I got to say, Thor is really freaking fun to draw. So I might have to go with Thor on that one.
All right. Yeah. If I would say that if I were the guy who had to do the drawings, I'd probably pick Thor too, because he's a little bit more interesting to draw at the end of the day. You got more costume. Cyclops always, unless it was 90s Cyclops with a lot of pockets and things. I mean, his costume was pretty straightforward.
Right.
Nothing too dynamic there. But yeah, well, listen, I saw a few commissions come in. Everybody know that the commissions are active on the oax.art website. We'll be sending out a mailing tomorrow that will also announce everybody who we're announcing tonight their commission opportunities. So get them while you can. It's always good to get some purchases out of the way before the show starts. We always highly recommend that. But looking forward to getting to see you in person, Jason, getting to see your work, right in front of me, and I'm looking forward to having you at the show. We have a preview night now, so you got to get in a little early, but the first day is like our event day. So I think you want to, if you can get in again early that day or the day before, it's always a good plan, because a lot of collectors come in on Thursday just to kind of get ready and get ready for the weekend. So it's going to be exciting.
I can't wait. I look forward to meeting you in person too, and I know it's going to be a great show. So
yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. I haven't seen Jason in years. It'll be nice. So one of the requests we got was for a full 11x17 cloak and dagger. That's going to be fun.
Ooh, those are two characters I have yet to draw. I'm going to have fun with that one.
Yeah, that'll be really good. So keep them coming. I had to peek because I had to see. I had to see what people were asking for.
Thank you, everyone who's signing up. Love you all.
So before we leave, I mean, is the art on the wall your own, or do you collect?
Oh yeah, these are my old Wetworks covers.
Oh, sweet. I'm going to go full screen. It's just so I can see them a little bit better.
Two were inked by Edwin Roselle, and one was inked by Sandra Hope.
Oh, sweet. That's awesome.
Kind of hard to see from here, but let me see the numbers. I got number 21, 22, and 28. And those I will never sell. So
I was just gonna say, I'm sure you got to keep stuff like that, right? I mean, it's early in your career, great work and great collaborators to work with there. So no, I mean, I'm glad to see those on your wall.
Exactly. And Edwin Roselle isn't with us anymore, so rest in peace to him.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything else, or have you ever gotten any artwork from someone, another creator that you in trade or something?
I do have something a little naughty.
Back to that badass.
Can't really show that one, but I actually don't have too much original art from other artists. I would really love to own some. Maybe I'll come across some pieces while I'm at the show. So.
You never know. It's there'll be a lot of art to look at. So you definitely want to make sure that you can schedule a few hours to walk around and see what's there. So, clearly there's a lot of other art dealers there. The auction houses are there, and then there'll be other there's just tons of artists, right? There'll be at least another 79 artists in the room, probably a few more than that, and you got to.
Yeah, there's a lot of big names. I'm actually surprised how many big names are going to be there. So, might have to meet a few of those.
Exactly. Yeah, Tatiana's you got your work cut out for you, Tatiana. Wrangling some of the people, but yeah, no, it's going to be great. We've kind of been planning a lot of this. It's fun to see a show come together. Now these are things and people that we've been talking to since the end of the second show, right? It's definitely not something that just happens in a short period of time. There's a lot of work that we all put into it, and again, it's just thank you for coming and being a part of Tatiana's crew for this year, 2026.
Well, thank you so much for having me. It's going to be a pleasure.
The invite literally was, I texted Jason. Jason, I know that you never can make it to the show, but I want to ask you. So I was very, very, very excited when he said yes.
Yeah, I bet that was a surprise.
All right. Well, I can see I've got my next pair in the green room here. So, again, Tatiana, I know I think we have a meeting tomorrow. So I'll be seeing you again very soon. And again, Jason, pleasure getting to meet you. And I look forward to seeing you at OAX after the new year.
Back at you. Can't wait to see you.
All right.
Have a good one.
I'll see. Oh, wait. Yeah. I was just thinking about this. No, I was going to say, why don't we hang out, right? You want to, because I bet nobody's, you haven't met Jiggy and Roy Mercado, right? We can all do this.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, let's hang out.
Yeah.
Jiggy? I'll work on my commission while we're doing this.
There you go. And look, Jiggy's still sporting that beard. He is. I gotta say, you had a baby face before, but you look about, you're almost like a teenager now.
My favorite comment was, Someone said, "Oh, so he's 16 now."
See, right, exactly. It's I don't know. You've got you've got that youth gene, Jiggy. That's
Thank
good
you.
for you.
It's called
And,
it's called Asian, Bill. It's called the Asian gene.
oh no. Yeah. Well, let's bring in Roy in because Roy, I guess, as we weren't sure if Roy was going to be able to make it, and let me
How's it going?
around here. So, Roy, good to see you again. I'm so glad that everything worked out, and you're going to be able to come to OAX this year.
Yes, finally.
Well, we've got I think everybody in the chat is very familiar with your work. You've done a lot of mystery sketches. We've seen your work on the Next Comic Art website for a long time, and
he just completed his run on Phoenix.
That's right. And I would assume that those pieces were in high demand, off the website.
Roy hasn't hasn't sold them yet.
Why?
So, yeah.
Didn't you show off some images? I thought I
from
feel
the
like
first one.
Yeah.
Still
from the first one.
I remember that. Okay.
14 and 15. If I'm not mistaken.
Got it. Well, it's with coming from the Philippines, there's always challenges, right? There's visas and other issues with coming out.
We have a
here.
typhoon happening. So if I break up, it's because of the typhoon.
I feel like that happened like last time you were like I was on with you too. It's like every other week there's a typhoon. Jake.
Yeah, every other week. You're right, Tatiana. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Well, that's I don't know. I mean, how can you live like that, Jiggy?
The
you just
tropics,
gotta
Bill.
the trop. Yeah.
Bill's saying this like he doesn't live in Florida.
It's almost hurricane season here. We've got, I still haven't patched the flashing and stuff that blew off from the last hurricane season. I got to get out there with a hammer and some nails to fix some things. But all right, I get it. But yeah, so I mean, I know that when Roy found out that he was able to come, you even texted me through Facebook, Roy. So that was awesome. I mean, I was really hoping that you could make it. I love your work. I've seen a lot of your color work. Your painted work. I have a piece from you that's painted. I just love everything that you do. The black and white, the pen and ink wash, you name it. It's fantastic. So you're a great addition to the show, and we're glad that you're going to be able to hang out with the Next Comic Art crew in Florida. This time around.
It'll be his first time in the U.S.
Oh, really? First time coming to the States too? Okay.
Yeah. I'm actually looking forward to going to OAX because I heard a lot of good things from the team that went there. So
JP didn't have a negative thing to say about it. He everything was positive.
Only good things.
Only good things, yeah.
No, I know. JP had a lot. I mean, I had a good time. I didn't hang out with him enough, but it's definitely a show where it's. I think the great thing about OAX is just the fact that by the time you come there, you've already done some a fair amount of pre-commission stuff, so you're kind of set by the time you walk in the door, and then you're in a room full of 600 art collectors, or whatever it's going to be this year. That's what it was last year, and yeah, it's a very fun environment. You've got people who appreciate you for your skills, as an artist, and I think that's what we want to just continue to foster with the show and encourage more art collectors to come there. Tickets are available, everybody who's watching right now. If you didn't know that, you can go over to oax.art and pick them up right now. But here, I turned your commission request stuff on here, and let me go put the link in the chat so everybody's got a link to Roy's page over on the website. So you do have, I think you got a couple different options because you have different. Here, I'll just start showing some slides.
Bill, before you show, Roy will also have a raffle. So, yeah.
Just okay, perfect. So is that a 48-hour thing again, like it was last week?
Until the end of the live stream on Saturday night.
Ah, very good. Okay, we should remind this is kind of perfect that you say that, because I would usually say this at the schedule, but on Saturday I have a show in the evening with Jiggy at 9 o'clock, and I have a show in the afternoon with Tatiana at 2 o'clock. So we've got the Spider-Man sketch card show with Tatiana at 2, and then we've got a Girl Power. Maybe Jason, if you were going to name the show, you would have said the Badass Girl Power
Girl
show.
power.
There you
But
go.
in the evening, so it's a double header of art sales on Saturday with both teams. It's going to be a lot of fun.
With just enough time in between to like have a nap, get some dinner.
Exactly.
You know?
Do some yard work and then come back in and then buy some more artwork.
Check your account balance, see where you're at.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's gonna be awesome. I'm looking forward to getting to hang out with I mean, I don't know how many people from each team is going to be at both shows, but either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's always fun getting to see new artwork. I've gotten to preview a lot of the Spider-Man pieces, but Jiggy, I haven't gotten to see
I'll send you today.
Okay. Yeah, send them today because I know that our gentleman who puts together the preview videos, the reels and the shorts and whatnot.
Okay, got it.
Was asking me about getting those. So if we can get those, if you can get them to me tonight, I'll have them to him in the morning, and we'll be able to get together a little teaser video before the day is out tomorrow.
All right.
And okay, and so there will be a giveaway. Do we have an image for the giveaway?
Yeah, Roy has it.
Yep.
Oh, Roy's got it in hand. Here, let me go full screen here with Roy. Oh, very nice.
Beautiful. Very nice.
So anyone who picks up a pre-OAX piece from Roy in the first 48 hours till the end of the show on Saturday with the next comic art team will be put into a raffle to win this. So that's going to be fun. And did you when we did this the last time, Jiggy, did you let the people know who got them, or is it just going to be a surprise?
I want to reveal it on the live stream.
Oh, okay. Fantastic.
Let's go.
That's going to make it fun. All right. Well, let's show off the opportunities here, and these. It's nice, Jiggy. You go ahead. You actually put together everything in either a PowerPoint file for me, or I think I got this as a PDF this time. So
yeah.
This. Sorry, I was hearing a little scratchy sound there. I think someone's got some noise in the background. But either way, here we go. First. Well, actually, I'm showing. No, I skipped the first one. Here we go. The sketch card option. I forgot. You guys are doing sketch cards like everyone else. OAX stock. We have inks only, $75, or inks and colored for $100. And these are beautiful. Love the cross hatching work on these, Roy. You got some wonderful skills here. That Moon Knight is fantastic.
I was going to say the Nightcrawler was fantastic, but yes.
Yeah.
I like the Nightcrawler.
Fantastic.
I mean, I'm an X-Men fan at heart, and we've got an X right there with the swords. It's perfect.
Cool.
Yeah, those are amazing.
Now, I could ask both Tatiana and Jiggy. I mean, when you're working with the teams on what they're going to bring to OAX, are you talking with them about having some pre-done sketch cards as well? Because we know there's a lot of sketch card collectors
Definitely.
there that are kind of exclusive to that medium, and is that kind of an approach that you're both taking?
Personally, yeah. I mean, it's right now we're focusing on the pre-book stuff, but for example, Eric Grove and I have already talked several times about what he's painting and things in advance of the show, and he's doing some larger paintings as well, but he's definitely going to be doing some sketch cards, and a lot of it's based on how many pre-books everybody will have and what time they have available, but it's definitely a priority because we know that our sketch card collectors are dedicated, and I also wanted to say, not from the TD Art side, but from the CAF side, when setting up pre-books, we've been, when I say we, Bill Kazzer and I, as we've been talking to artists, have been trying to get as many people as possible to accept sketch card commissions. And I just wanted to thank a lot of artists for taking them, some of mine included. Like Jason doesn't normally take sketch card commissions at all. And I know a lot of other artists who are taking them for the show normally don't take them at all either. So it's a really special opportunity. And we recognize that the community and a lot of other collectors who are crossing over into collecting card art as well. So, keep buying them and keep that excitement going, and for sure you're going to see a lot of them at the show. I'm betting it.
And I assume the same for you, Jiggy?
Yep. The guys are getting ready for the sketch cards also. It's because last week when we opened the commissions, there were a lot of sketch card requests. So we need those cards, Bill.
Yes, we actually sent the card files to the printer today. So
Nice.
as long as everything's good, typically we get them back I think in about 2 weeks. So as soon as I have them in hand, I will be shipping them out to all of the artists and reps that have agreed to do these with us in advance of OAX. I mean, it's going to be cool. I'm excited about it, and I'll send you extra ones too, Jiggy, because at the end of the day, it'd be great to have pre-done pieces on the OAX stock that you can bring with you, because you just again, they should be highly collectible.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Marcus,
we have
just make your own, Jiggy. But Marcus, I gotta keep the OAX branding.
That's right. We appreciate that. Tatiana put a lot of effort pulling hers together, but it's great, for us to be able to put these out there. It helps get the good word out there about OAX as a show, and again, we appreciate everybody who does them, regardless of using the OAX stock or not. But yeah, bootleg editions. If Rick Welch were coming there, he would probably bring a few bootleg styled sketch cards. I have a feeling, because I don't know, Rick. We've never met, we've never talked directly, but I just get that vibe, man. So let's see here. So this is the first option. I already showed the second one already, but I will show it again because I didn't talk about it. This is on 9x12 single character. We have inks only at $250, or inks and colored for $300. And we've seen a few of these over the years with the mystery sketches. So again, you could hop over to CAF and do a search on Roy's name, and you'll see a fair number of pieces in collectors' hands over there. And even same thing with Jason too. I'd encourage everybody, if you're unfamiliar with the work, check out CAF, check out each rep site. Jiggy's website is nextcomicart.com, and when you're over at either of their sites, make sure you sign up for their mailing lists.
Thanks, Bill.
Mm-hmm. And so that's the 9x12 option, and then we do have an 11x17 option as well. So you have straight inks only with minimal background, so definitely like the image on the far right, and then colored options with full figure and minimal backgrounds as well. So the inks only is $375, and the colored minimal backgrounds are $450. And Jiggy, just since it wasn't listed on here as options, if somebody came in like with Jason got a cloak and dagger request, for instance, on 11x17.
Oh yeah, we can work it out.
You guys will accommodate something that's
Yes.
maybe isn't predefined as a that you can, if they really wanted a little more detail in the background or a second character, you'll work with them on price.
Yeah, I was talking to an artist who wasn't part of Next Comic Art before, and this artist just without any rules on characters. So this person got like 12 characters in the piece. So okay, I have to say yes.
Well, I mean, people approach, if you haven't done a lot of commissions, a lot of people come into commissioning artists, and they don't really, they don't know what they can ask or what the right thing to ask is. And so I think the role of a rep certainly is to kind of educate the buyer so that you can have them come back again. I think that's one of the most important roles that we have in the industry or the hobby today is reps doing that. Because when I started collecting, commissions were my thing, in the first 3 years, but I didn't know what I was doing. And most of the time, I don't believe I was working with reps. I was working directly with artists, and it was a confusing process. You didn't really, there weren't websites that had guides, on what you could ask for, and it was a confusing start to my art collecting journey.
Yeah.
And reps have done a great job to kind of level it out and make it very understandable. And I'm sure both Tatiana and you would agree. Oh man, so there you go. I see a few emails have popped in as while we were talking. So good. I think everybody's got a good start on their
Roy should
pre-OAX.
be happy with these.
I
And you
am
know what?
really
Good. That's what we want to hear, Roy. And we've got well, I guess it's a little less than 5 months. I don't know if Kaiser would be able to tell us the exact number of days, or I guess I could too if I went over to the OAX homepage, because that's we have that counter on there now. Let's see, how many more days to OAX? 147. So okay, I guess that's a little less than 5 months. So we have 5 more months to promote the pre-OAX opportunities with you, and of course we will do that. I mean, Tatiana, I think we have a few more to release, over the next, I don't know how many weeks. And Jiggy, I think we might have one or two other artists that might be doing some pre-OAX opportunities. So I know this isn't the last time we're all going to be on screen.
Yeah, I will mention. So Sia Ohm was part of the announcement this week, who's the fourth artist coming with TD Art, and she also hasn't done a show since before COVID. And she will be taking some commissions for the show. I've had people ask me already. We're just waiting a little bit because she is finishing up her at-home list, and that she took at the end of last year, and we want to make sure that people are being prioritized and getting their things done. So we'll be opening that soon. So just keep an eye out for that. Of course, it'll be on CAF Plus, but that will be coming not too long from now.
And I think with Jiggy we haven't announced Mannix yet, and maybe Miko, but I know they've got busy schedules over the next few weeks, especially with New York and a few other engagements. So I would imagine we're going to wait till that dies down a little bit, but that's okay. I think let everybody just wait for the opportunity to find out what those exactly. All right. Well, again, I mean, it's a pleasure having all of you on here with me tonight. I'm glad we got some pre-books, on your docket to get started with, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you get. Right, and again, we'll be back. Yeah, Tatiana will be back at 2 on Saturday. Jiggy, you and the team will be back at 9. And I would just encourage everybody, while you're finishing up commissions, post them socially, or share them with us, and we'll be happy to share them too, because those are things, will help drive people back to, commission you as well. So just showing off the work that you're doing. I mean, it's very helpful, I think. And again, we're looking forward to working with you on that as well, because again, I think it helps promote the things that we're trying to accomplish here at OAX, and working with all of you and getting collectors to be excited about owning artwork from your team. All right. Well, enjoy the rest of your evening, all of you. I think that it's I'm going to be seeing you again very, very soon. Less than 48 hours. And Tatiana, for you, it's probably less than 12 hours, or maybe it's a little more than that.
I'll see Bill tomorrow and Saturday.
Exactly. All right. Well, again, thank you, Jason and Roy, for coming to OAX. It's going to be great to see you in person. And again, we'll see you again soon.
Thanks again, Bill.
Thank you, Bill.
Seeing you guys.
All right.
Good night.
Bye, everyone. See you soon.
See ya. All right, so there we go, man. We've got a good start. I see a lot of whenever the pre-OAX, I've got those emails set up to come in a highlighted color, and so every email in my Mac mail right now is that highlighted color for a long row. So thank you everybody who's watching live right now and commissioned either Matt, Jason, or Roy. We appreciate the support. It's we love getting the opportunity to get some pre-work ready for the collectors, or to pick up, and the artists to be working on. It's always a benefit to everyone. And we did mention that we didn't have our the announcement that went out on Tuesday with 21 new artists. So I'm just going to read them off here in case you didn't get the full list. But we have Victor Adame, who's an amazing painter, who will be in IAX. I've loved his work for a long time. He's gotten work in that book that I do, Infected by Art. I've never gotten to see his work in person though, but he's incredible. So anybody who's coming to OAX, you definitely want to spend some time in the IAX room, because it's just going to be an amazing show. And I guarantee you, when you see Victor's work, you're gonna you're gonna be blown away. He's somebody they don't have a lot of work on calf, so that's why I'm kind of focusing on him. But I have loved his work for a long time, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. We also have Jared Collum and Vanessa Del Rey, Terry Dodson. I think everybody knows who Terry Dodson is. He's coming. Mr. Joe Dragunis is back. He is a fan favorite, good guy, and I'm good friends with him. He's been to my home a couple times. Tommy Lee Edwards, another. He's a comic book guy, but I love it. He's a painter. He's an amazing colorist. Megan Hutchinson's going to be here. Jim Jimenez, as you know, we had him on last week. Jason Johnson, again, who we just had on. Adam Kubert, he's coming back. He's excited. We weren't sure if he was going to be in town that week, so we kind of had to hold off on that. But Adam will be there with his wife Tracy, and yeah, he's excited to be coming back, of course. And Tula Lote, love her work. I know a lot. She's well collected on calf. I'm sure a lot of you are excited to know that she's going to be at the show. Jim of Food's coming back. He'll be there with the whole Ink Pulp crew. So that's going to be it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do on the show floor. I'd like to think they'll be recording a little bit. I don't know if they'll be doing anything live, but end of the day, just having Jim there with Sean and Eric and Eddie, is going to be I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank at the moment, but you know what I mean. It's going to be good to have them all there. And then we have Jules Mamoni, who is part of Splash Page's art team. She's an independent artist from Argentina, and I haven't seen a lot of her work. If you go over to Mark Hayes' website, I very much like her style. Very kinetic energy, and she's somebody who, if she opens up a pre-list, I'm thinking about putting her on my list of people I want to get something from, because there isn't enough of her work on calf. One way we can facilitate that and make it possible is by doing some pre-books with those artists. Then C is coming, as Tatiana mentioned. Dimitri Patelis, card art guy. I really like his work a lot. He's coming from Canada. John Romita Jr. Why did I save him for almost last, right? Who would have thought? But we do. We have JR going to be at the show. That's going to be pretty cool. I think he was somebody that I wouldn't say no, I would say he was somebody that we really wanted from the very beginning, and there was a lot of effort put into making that happen. So Kazra did some amazing work talking to that side of the artist side of things to get that deal done. And we have some really cool stuff that we're going to be telling you all about soon. We've got some cool things to announce about who's going to be doing some of the poster work. I think that's going to blow some minds there, and all of that artwork ends up going into the auction. So the next 5 months are going to be filled with you're getting your fill of OAX right now. There's so many fun things to talk about that are going to be. Yeah, Matteo Scalera. Thank you, Chris Norrick. I don't know why. Probably just needed another sip of Zevia. But will JR doing pre-con commissions? I wasn't privy to that side of the stuff, but I guarantee you, I think John Romita always does interesting things at the shows that he goes to, and I'm sure whatever he chooses to do will be fun. And of course, like with everybody, we always encourage the creators to do something unique for the show. So I would assume whatever JR decides to do, it'll be something special and something that hopefully is very unique for OAX. There you go. Mr. Snork says best artist list yet. Yeah, I would agree. Every time we look at it, we're like, damn, we've got a really stacked show. The first 2 years were fantastic, right? The talent was amazing, and you look at year 3, and we topped it. I started sweating a little bit when I started thinking about year 4, right? How do you come up with a list that's going to be better than year 3? But there's ways. Other artists, Zoe Thorogood and Harvey, as we already knew, Kayla Valerio, and Mr. Matt Wagner. Those were all the announced guests on the 21st. So, and again, remember, that we do have a new domain name, and it's very easy to remember. It's just straight up oax.art. You only have to remember 6 letters, and you can land right on the website. So we wanted to keep it simple and focus on really what what we're focused on, which is the art and the artists. And yeah, it was a very wise decision on Casper's part to kind of switch and look at these domains and shorten them. So it's I could never remember the hyphen in OA-Expo, and I'm sure most of you couldn't either. I don't know what OAExpo.com took you to, but it wasn't what you were expecting. So now it'll be a lot easier. What do I got here? I have oh my goodness. I just got a text, and it was something I meant to write down, and I totally forgot about this. I have to let everybody know that Gerhard was on the website. He is not going to make it. He apologizes profusely. It just something has come up, and he knows it. He's not. 5 months from now, he will not be available to come to the show. And we love Gerhard. He has been. Yeah, he's just such a fun guy. I mean, he's had great shows. We basically said he's welcome whenever he's able to make the trip down. And so we started right after the show. We talked, and he said absolutely he was in, but he's not going to be able to make it. So we did have to drop him off the site. So for those of you who are hoping to see Gerhard again in year 3, hey, there will be year 4. So he knows that he's welcome back, and I really hope that that we do get to get him back, because he was one of the bright spots of the show for the first 2 years, and it was fun. He made a vacation out of it. And he came down like 3 days early, stayed 3 or 4 days. He went over to like Cape Canaveral and and all that sort of things. But I mean, Gazzer and I ran into him the day after the show, or maybe it was even 2 days after the show. I forget what it was, but we were just kind of hanging out, and he was still there having a good time. I remember even on the day before the show, he came in carrying a case of beer. So just an awesome guy. But yeah, he won't be there. But yeah, sorry, I haven't paid a lot of attention to the chat while I was running through all that. But yes. So what else have we got here? I've got, well, I guess I can take a personal break for a couple minutes here. Tim Guerrero messaged me through Facebook and said that he had just gotten some art in, and he was like, one of them has been a long time grail of his. I think he won it at auction a while ago, and I know that Tim. Tim is not in the U.S., so but he has most of his purchases shipped to somewhere in the U.S. So he gets a lot of artwork, and then but doesn't see it for a number of months. And I believe that this one particular piece was one that he's been waiting patiently to get a look at. So he sent me that video, and I sped it up in a couple spots while he's cutting it, but put a little music to it that hopefully Tim approves of. And let's see, I know I loaded it in here. I just have to find it. Where did you go? Oh, there it is. Tim G Unboxing. So let's go take a look at this, and I'll be back pretty quick.
Hello, fellow collectors. And I'm doing an unboxing video of a grail piece that I bought a long time ago from Comic Link, but didn't receive it until recently. It's a big box. Oh God, it's gonna be goodness. My packing list. Packed really well. That's all I can tell you. And oh, the frame is nice. The piece is a cover for issue number 8 of Automatic Kafka by Joe Casey and Ashley Wood. The cover is by Ashley Wood. I will say I like the frame, but I don't keep pieces frame very much. but I like this setup where we have the published image versus the original art. You can see that the colors are different from the published image, so I'm not sure if it was altered digitally. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing video as much as I did. Thank you for watching.
There you go. Thank you, Tim. I think Tim sent me another video, and I've actually got a few other clips. I got something really cool from Rich Cirillo that I needs a little bit of editing. So I got that. Actually, I got that like 2 weeks ago. I have not been able to get to it, but I think we've got some cool little things that we'll be able to show on some future CAF updates that are simmering, I guess, right now. And I know I've got another Kevin Sharp page I love that I've got to get to. So yeah, I think next week I'll have a little bit more time to do a little bit of video editing. So yeah, let's take a look at what do we got? I got the schedule here for you. Too many slides in here with all these artworks. Here we go. So we already said this Saturday, back-to-back doubleheader with plenty of time in between for you to rest. But 2 o'clock and 9 o'clock, we've got TD Art with the Spider-Man sketch card art sale at 2 to start us off. And then we'll have Jiggy and the crew with a Girl Power art drop at 9 p.m. And I guess look for a teaser video for the next comic art work that they'll be dropping. I'll definitely remind Jiggy that I want to get that this evening. Then next week on Tuesday, we will have a live Collector's Cash at 8 o'clock. That will be with Matt DiTullio, and he is going to be announcing his artists' pre-OAX opportunities on that show. And I haven't decided who I've got. Like 4 people who've said they might do the interview with me for that night. I might not even do an interview. I've got a few other things that I could do, but we'll see. Or maybe we won't do anything. I haven't decided. I've been wanting to record a video about a fake piece of artwork that I have had in my collection for almost 3 years, and I just don't have the time to sit down and record what I want to do. So it might actually be easier for me to do a short segment live on it. I've interviewed a couple people who I've got on video, so it might just be something that I try to just run through with that. And I'm thinking that might be my best option because I just want to get it out of the way and be able to show it and talk about it and move on. So a short segment is on that Tuesday evening might be what we decide to do. Then as we've been shuffling the schedule on Wednesday, Nick Barucci was on the 1st of October. I've had to move him because he's got some scheduling stuff going on. He's moved all the way into November now, so he's November 5th. But Matt will be doing shows back to back. He will be doing the Age of Apocalypse art drop next Wednesday. So that's going to be cool. I've seen some of the work. I mean, I think we've seen some of you read it right already. But we're going to get to see the art, and that will drop on Wednesday, 9 o'clock, in that regular time slot. I've got the CAF update next week. Jim Mafood was going to be a guest because he has a Kickstarter coming up, and he's also, as you now know, a guest of OAX. So he will probably be my lead on that show, and we will be announcing his pre-OAX at that time. And I would imagine we'll probably have a few other guests doing the same. But figured I'd highlight his name there. Then Sean Crystal, he's got a painted art sale that he wanted to do ahead of New York Comic Con. That's on the 4th. We've got Bob Layton, who celebrated his birthday. I guess this is a belated birthday for him, but for us, it's still the right day. Bob will be with me. He is making a trip to Malaysia, I think, next weekend. So we'll have a Where in the World is Bob Layton, as well as some video from his birthday celebration today. So that'll be fun to have Bob back on, of course. And then I can tell you that on the 10th of October, that is a Friday evening, that will be the New York Comic Con meetup. We haven't picked a time. I'm not going to be there. Casper's going to be there. Matt DiTullio is going to be there. Matt Sardo is going to be there. Colin's going to be there. Mikhail's going to be there. I know. I've heard Nick Forst's name. There's a lot of collectors are going to be at New York Comic Con. Friday evening is going to be, when it's going to happen, and I think by this time next week we'll be able to tell you exactly, or hopefully closer, we'll be able to tell you what the plans are for that. But if you are going to New York Comic Con and you haven't made any plans for Friday, stay tuned. I think it's something that you'll probably want to do and hang out and It's always good to hang out with fellow members from Comic Art fans. Brian Boggs interview, middle of the month. That'll be on the 14th. Brian Hitch, I'm still trying to get him to, he got himself in a deadline crunch, but he's told me that he is going to mail me all of those commission style pieces that he's been working on, and that we will be able to stick to that October 18th Saturday afternoon show. So if I mean, I can only crack the whip so hard from across the pond, but I am sticking to that one right now. We have I haven't got a date yet for the Baltimore Comic Con meetup, but Tatiana is going to be there for certain, and I'm sending her a box of swag, so I know that there will be at least stuff to give away at her booth, and but we'll have more details on that as we get a little closer to it. The 22nd of October will be an amateur match between Matt Kennedy, who I saw in the chat, and our friend Jordan Joanno as well. So pre-Halloween sort of event, and I won't be hosting that one. Mr. Matt DiTullio will be. I will be going to IX Arts with both Kazra and Tatiana. So that'll be fun. You'll have the production staff, the crack production staff helping out DiTullio for that one, but it'll be fun. I'll try to tune in myself and be in the chat with everybody else. Beyond that, I've got Sarah Jane coming back for an illustration auction preview. Stefan Rue is going to be doing a Tuesday night interview with me, and we'll be announcing his pre-OX. So probably a shorter show, but it'll be fun. I've known him for a long time, and we've never really talked much more than saying hi and bye at shows. So this will be fun. I mean, I can't say that I've had a couple phone calls with him, but it'll be fun to get to hang out with him. He's somebody whose artwork I've always liked, and we're happy to have him coming to the show. Essential Sequential, Jason's going to be doing an art drop with me on the 29th. Probably across the spectrum of all the artists that he has there. I mean, I probably not every artist will be represented, but he mentioned wanting to bring a couple pieces from probably at least 12 to 14 artists. So it'll be a sizable drop, probably like 35 pieces like he did the last time. Then like I say, Mr. Brucci will be on the 5th of November. We have that Collectors Summit in Dallas, Texas, that I know that Kazra and I will be going to, maybe Matt DiTullio as well. So anybody who's in Dallas that's going to that event at Heritage, we are planning to be there, and we just haven't firmed it all up, but we have been invited to go. Greg Teagues, many of you, I put 10/11 in there, didn't I? It's 11/11. Man, I got to get my dates straight. Greg Teagues, November 11th. He's been in the chat. You've seen him. He's bought art, in various shows as well, and he's been in CAF for a while. And we'll have him for the 11th, and then of course Comic Art Live. I'm got to send a mailing probably out next week as a reminder to everybody that with Comic Art Live less than 2 months away, you collectors who have artwork that you want to unburden yourself of, Comic Art Live is the best opportunity for you to do that online. We all know it. It's there's usually 7,000 pieces of art for sale. I think last 2 shows, we hit $1.2 million in sales for the weekend, and the majority of that was collectors selling their artwork, as well as I think even artists sold more artwork last time than some of the dealers. So very good show virtual show to sell at, and I would encourage everybody to start planning now. And then I've got a Heritage Signature Auction preview after that. So there you have it. That's the whole schedule. But I see Mr. Snork in the green room, and I want to talk to this guy. How you doing, man?
I'm
Look
good.
at that. Oh, wait. Full screen.
Look at that.
Smile. Oh my gosh, you're perfect. Look at that smile, man. Holy smokes. That feels good, doesn't it? What's that?
All teeth present and accounted for.
Oh man, well I'm so glad. It's not.
James.
Wait, what did James say? I don't have the chat window. What a winning smile. You could. That was like a Colgate smile there, right? I mean, man, look at those pearly whites.
I'm happily toothed again.
Well, yeah, we are very.
I've had a bunch of drinks. Just so everybody knows, going into this, I've had 2 old fashions and 4 beers, so we're well lubricated.
You were celebrating getting that tooth like man, nobody's business.
Thursdays I get thirsty. It's weird.
Well, do you have to work tomorrow?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. So hey, so you said it in the chat, right? Great lineup for OAX. What do you, I mean, isn't
Man
it?
alive. I'm psyched.
Isn't
Beyond
it?
psyched.
It's this is going to be an incredible show. I'm really, yeah, I do look at it as like, wow, we've topped ourselves every year, and
Really? Really?
yeah, it's true. And I know you didn't get to make it to year two, but we did a great job in year two. This with year three, and there's still other, there's not a lot more people to announce. I think maybe up to maybe 9 or 10 more guests. I'm not sure what the count is right now, but yeah, so it's only going to get better. Oh man, James Siegel, man, look at that. Keep drinking during the show.
Oh,
Brian, he says Thursday days.
Thirsty
Okay,
Thursdays, baby. That's a thing up
yeah.
here.
Snork unfiltered says Matt
Pretty
Kennedy.
much always, Kennedy.
Right, yeah, that's true. Well, I plan on having a couple bourbons after the show.
Attaboy.
It's been a long week. I need a little bit of a nightcap after the show tonight, um, but yeah, I'm glad you feel that way, Chris, because I think that there's so much potential for the show, and it's like our there's so many artists that want to come to the show that we want to have come to the show. It's really tough trying to curate things and
That's the thing,
not
right?
feel like you're
Curation.
disappointing. So you're always you're missing out on some people that collectors would love, and you're missing some artists we can't bring, and I mean, we probably had like 2 or 3 emails today from people making suggestions, fellow artists saying, hey, this guy's really talented. You maybe want to think about them. And but it's all like going into the mental notebook, right? Of like, who can we get and how can we curate the next shows? And the great thing is that, as a community, I think everybody, I mean, it's not just reps contacting us, it's collectors bringing up names. It's fellow, it's other artists bringing up, hey, you might not have heard of this guy, but they're really good, and yeah, it's all wonderful problems to have, and it's just it's fun.
Well, and the other thing too is if you're getting emails from creators that means that like they're way into it, because you don't recommend something to somebody that you like unless you really like it yourself.
It's true. It's so true. Oh man, but yeah, there's just so many cool things. Like I said, not all of it's all like figured out yet, but yeah, I'd say over the next month to 6 weeks, just going to be some cool things, announcements we can make, people who we know that'll be working on posters and stuff. I mean, the auction's just going to be it's going to be pretty freaking great. And I can tell you, we hope to get a lot of the pieces in early. That was part of our getting some of these announcements out maybe a little bit earlier than we used to in the past. Was we're encouraging all the artists to get their work done early so that we have 30-45 days to promote things. So we're hoping that we get a lot of stuff even before the holidays, so that so that people are aware of what we're doing. And that also helps us out because a lot of that stuff we have to print, some of the things, posters, the lanyards, all that. So we want to have that art early so that we're not like rushing at the last minute to get stuff to the printer. So we're getting better at this. Tatiana's helped out a lot. Oh boy, but did you get a piece of art this past week?
I actually have 2 things to unbox. I got a care package from Mr. Suarez.
Those are always interesting.
So I'm gonna do that first, if that's okay.
Oh, please do. I bet you there's some chocolate in there, and you may want to partake in that. But you never know. Or is it not a big package?
I did a little cutting.
Okay.
We'll do a little more.
Yeah, Barry Windsor Smith. Barry Windsor Smith, I can assure you, was on our list before year one. Uh-oh. All right, we're going full screen for this.
Sorry. Sorry about the tooth problem. Please find enclosed some extras if needed.
Just
all right, and there is something else. He's nothing if not funny.
Oh my gosh, Lance.
Oh my God, I got a companion piece.
Oh,
for my Roy Batty.
Man. That's awesome.
There's Priss by Travis. Oh, Lance.
Damn.
Oh, hold on. I gotta. Oh my God. Befriend Lance Suarez if I have a tip. Oh.
Oh man,
Yeah,
Lance is the best. Look at that. That is so good.
oh
Wow.
man. Thank you, Lance.
A
Oh man,
gentleman.
alive.
And Lance will be at OAX, everyone. If you've not had
He
the
will.
opportunity to meet Lance, you know what? We should print him. We should make a shirt for him that says, "Hi, I'm Lance," and
He
that way
should.
everybody,
And it
you
should
know,
be
will
made
know.
of
We'll know because a lot, Lance. Lance has never been on the channel. If you don't go to San Diego Comic-Con, you might not have had the chance to meet him. But he's been in the hobby for a very, very, very long time, and he is one of the nicest guys in the hobby. Incredibly
Amen.
generous. Yeah,
Amen.
We need more Lances. Is Lance bringing Marcus? CJ wants to know.
I
don't know
have
if Marcus.
if Marcus was bringing Lance. Like if you were going to make an exception for the +1 thing, Bill, that would be the exception to make.
Right, I won't ask them to tongue wrestle. I'll just say, all right, you guys can get in for the couple.
Just everybody knows that it's already happened. Like, don't make a thing of it. They have made out. And then I actually asked Tyler to pick up Tyler Turner, another good guy to know, to pick up a piece for me at Eddie Pecan that I had commissioned. And I'm realizing, so I thought the box was suspiciously large, and I'm realizing now why it was so big.
Did it come with the? Oh my gosh! You're gonna put that out in your front yard, I hope.
I think it's too late. But
well, isn't I mean, I don't know when Tyler Turner ran for Clark.
It says, Chris, thank you for your support. Don't stop believing. Tyler Turner. Oh my God. It's a good thing I had a few drinks.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Well, there you go. Yeah, we say Lance and Tyler, two incredible personalities that everybody needs to know. I mean,
so this sweetheart also sent me an autographed copy of Sweet Sepulcher because if there's a bigger Matt Allison fan, I haven't met him.
Wow.
And this is the art that I commissioned. If you don't know, now you know. Andrew Cronky.
And that's Kranke, right?
It's Krah.
Oh, AH. That's right.
Yeah. Let me get this out.
Yeah, let me see if I can find like his socials. He's really good.
Yeah, if you like huge beefy, he's done some like G.I. Joe. He's doing a creator book right now that's like kind of in the fantasy like Conan-ish vein. That's like phenomenal. But if you like beefy dudes like doing carnage, and I do, he's your guy. Let me get this.
Here, I got a link in the chat for Andrew's Instagram. He is very talented, and his work is affordable. Oh my gosh! Look at that. Holy crap, that's great.
He's on top of a cop car, which I love.
God.
Dual Uzis.
Oh, there we go. Kezra, there you go. Read the. He's going to.
Hey, all right.
That's
Thank you,
perfect.
Kezra. So yeah, I'm very happy, and thank you, Tyler, for the extra.
Oh man, I love the yard sign. That's a nice touch.
I have pens, and I have nail files already from Tyler's narrowly failed city council bid. But this is a new. I've reached a new plateau.
Damn. Well,
thank you guys.
All great stuff there. That and Andrew's piece is amazing.
Yeah, it looks phenomenal. He actually posted he's going to be at, was it New York or maybe it was I think Baltimore. So he's taking commissions for Baltimore, and he used that Punisher as his like 11 by 17 example. So
nice. Yeah, so we mentioned mystery sketch here. I can tell you that we're Cal is high on our list right now. With Comic Car Live less than it's probably what 7 weeks away, somewhere around in there. We have been talking with a lot of different artists, and I think that probably within the next 2 weeks we'll be be able to announce some of the artists that are participating. So trying to bring in some new people. Andrew's going to be a good one, and I can
Yeah.
tell you there's another rep group that we're talking with that I know we'll have some artists that we have worked with before. So yeah, just trying to keep things fresh around
Yeah.
here.
Amen.
And yeah. Oh, look, Stingray just DM'd. There you go. That's what. Hey, perfect. Yeah. Well, I was sold. I wasn't. I feel like I maybe was on his Instagram once before, but when you texted me the image of his stuff, I mean, I had to go check out his work. He's phenomenal.
It's awesome. Ton of energy. Like I love the anatomy in his figures. Like he's a really talented inker. Kind of right. He's got a little like Michael Golden, Jason Pearson thing happening, like which is definitely not a bad thing. So.
Oh man. All right. Well, let's now we got the unboxing out of the way. Let's just dive into the calf update stuff. I got the heritage picks I got to run through real quick here. And I will. Heritage was kind of interesting. There was they had like four, maybe it's only three, but it seemed like four John Buscema Thor pages. It was like an embarrassment of certain characters. And let me show off this first one because there were two Joe Kubert strips and they were both really nice, but I ended up picking just one of them. Here we go. So this was just a Green Beret daily strip from '66. Nothing special, but just cool to see. And the other one was just equally kind of cool. But I like this one because putting the tiny characters in there that can't run in the dialogue. That first panel's awesome, and I love it. It's just
it's
got
so
a
much
cinematic feel to it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and guaranteed there's at least one other daily strip in there by Kubert.
That's awesome.
Yeah, see, that one's almost not. I mean, it's good, but that I like that one a lot. And then a Keith Pollard Thor page, fighting Mephisto. I mean, this is an awesome one. I probably shouldn't have shown this one, but it's going to do well anyway. Probably more than I could afford right now.
Inks by Gene Day too.
Gene Day inks, yeah, exactly. From 1981. It's so funny. I mean, I don't feel like I was 13 when I was reading this, but shoot, because I'm buying this stuff off the newsstand, and I was loving it. I love Pollard's run on Thor. It was not long, and it wasn't nearly as long as it should have been. But
his stuff on FF too, like unbelievable.
Yep. I do have a Pollard FF page, but yeah, one of these days I will get a Pollard Thor page. But that's a good one right there. And then Val Mayerick. This is from Kazar, but I do think there's like 3 or 4 other pieces by Val in this auction, and they were all really good. I just kind of thought this one was fun with Claw, and I always love Val's a very good illustrator, and I just thought I kind of like just the line work in that last panel, but Val again's solid, and look, Marcus, it's a beefy guy in panel 1. That's the theme of the night, I guess. This one I actually said this has got Mr. Peter Rose name all over it. Our Army at War page from 1953. Kriegstein. Yeah, I like the layout, the panel. I love the center panel too, and just the blam blam. All the sound effects are in solid black. There's just something that's cool. I mean, it has like it feels like war. It's not, doesn't feel like two superheroes duking it out where you need to have the pows and the blams and
it's interesting because this makes me think Steve Rude actually talked a little bit on his Instagram this week about one of the things you need to know is how to put figures together, right? And like that middle panel is a great illustration, no pun intended, of like how to like arrange figures in a panel. One, it creates depth, but two, it like adds a ton of realism. Like you feel like you feel like you're looking at a scene.
Yeah, look at that. You got a grenade getting chucked. I didn't even notice the gun here up at the top.
Yeah, and there's the guy like kind of middle foreground. Yeah, it's got a ton of depth.
Yeah, this is a great page. So Peter, if it ends up in your collection. Yeah, I called it. Let's just say that I called it. And here, because we had Matt Wagner on, I had to pick a Kelly Jones, like a John Beatty Inks Batman 541 page. Just I just love the dark. A lot of ink, heavy inks on this thing, and it's if you're a Kelly Jones fan, like I know they are out there. You get look at those pointy ears on Batman in that first panel.
Look at the Spectre's hood.
Yep.
Man,
oh, heck yeah,
good stuff.
it is a good page.
Tons of sound effects. Yeah.
Yep. And then I picked this one. It's Darwin Cook. It's from a Batman book that I'm not familiar with.
Ego.
Batman Ego Story. I'm not.
His book.
Okay. But 9-panel. Love the layout. And it's Darwin. So
Great storytelling.
Yep.
Just beat by beat.
Then what did I pick next? Oh, that's right. John Paul Leon, Bill Reinhold inks on this Earth X page. Just I just love this page.
Is that my boy there in the middle? It is.
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's only $5. Can't be that. Let me see. It's got to be higher than that by now. No, it's still $5. Well, there you go. Somebody should bid on this one.
Yeah.
John K. Snyder Grendel page. I just thought the layout was kind of fun. It's clearly very structured, right? You got like the triangle diamond at the bottom, the 4 panels across the top, all the same size. So I just thought as a composition, it was well done.
It's really balanced.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always skip Bill Ward stuff, right? I mean, it's because it's always kind of what you expect when big busts and the charcoal stuff. But this piece was different. It's very finished. Take a look at this.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's got some zip on it, but I like this one a lot. I don't even know what the gag. Yeah. I don't know what the gag is on it. It almost doesn't matter. I feel like this is a really accomplished piece that, I love his charcoal pieces, but there's just something about this one. A tourist in France, who knows? I mean, again, you don't know the story, but I like this one a lot. And it's already at $5.50. Clearly, I think some collectors are probably going to be after it because you don't see Bill Ward art quite like this on the market, hardly ever.
You know what's cool too, Bill? You were able to intuit that he was a tourist from one visual element on the character.
Right. Yeah, I'm not even gonna read the gag. I like this piece a lot. I probably will throw it. I want to make it go high because it's such a great piece. I'll throw a bit on it after the show because it's cool. I mean, really, how often do you see Bill Ward like this? It's usually even looser stuff.
Way looser. Yep.
Yeah. So there you got it. Now I do have the EXP video to play. We got that in late. But let's see what Mr. Barucci is doing tomorrow at 7 on the EXP.
Everybody, Friday, September 26th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. I'm moving my hands like I always do. The Original Art Experience. And by the way, wherever you're watching this promo, please hit that thumbs up. Sharing is caring. And let's get into the art. All right. We got Avengers 64 by Ivan Reyes. Now, Avengers art, Marvel art by Ivan is rare. He did so little of it. So this is really cool to have it. You've got the Falcon versus the Scarecrow, really cool. We've got a cover by Flores and Mickey. Check it out, Future State Gotham, number 17. Then we have a JLA cover by Dale Eaglesham, and just so that even though it's pure pencils, now you can see what it looks like when it was published. So trying something new. Try something new every day. Here's a Web of Spider-Man page. This one's really great from the Clone Saga. Maybe I'll do a undramatic reading. And speaking of undramatic readings, how about some Pat Olive art with Warlock and the Infinity Watch? I don't think I've had much Pat Olive. We've got The Pulse by Mark Bagley, and I think I'll bring this in at under $100. Then we have Secret Invasion, The Inhumans, Tom Rainey. God, this guy's great. I don't know why he doesn't get more attention. I'll bring this in under $200. Then we have Wednesday Addams by Stephanie Buscema. That's really beautiful. Cable by Ian Churchill. Then we have Bob Layton Recreations, Iron Man 152. with the new stealth armor. Fantastic Four 48 and 50. He did a 49, but that sold. I am selling this ROM cover for Bob on consignment as well. Then I don't think I've ever had Andy McDonald art, and this is Detective 942 by Andy. Check it out. Wonder Woman, Green Lanterns, Nightwing, Batwoman. Check it out. Clayface. Look at Clayface. That's so awesome. Check it out. Dr. Hugo Strange. You gotta love it. Man, Andy is such a great artist. And then Amy picked some commission cover art. So, this Friday, September 26th, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, the original art experience. Check it out. And who knows, maybe I'll bring each of the Andy McDonald pieces in at a really, really compelling price. I already planned to do that, so we're going to do it. So again, hit that thumbs up, sharing is caring, and I hope to see you Friday. Take care, everybody.
Man, the commentary in the chat sometimes. But I hope Nick has a great show tomorrow. That's all I have to say.
Looks good.
I don't get to watch this stuff too often anymore. I mean,
we go out Friday nights. I genuinely I feel bad. I'm like, I never see the EXP, but we like to go out and do something Friday night.
It's got to be social.
You know,
I believe it, for the first time in, well, I can't say forever because I went to Halloween Horror Nights or whatever not too long ago, but I have to go see the in-laws tomorrow. For I think it's I don't know if it's dinner and a show or just a show, but something going on at the Villages that they Maureen's mom bought tickets for 2 months ago. Maureen reminded me this morning. She's like, "Don't forget, we got to be over there at 6:30." Like, I forgot, but but I'll be there. Okay. So I clearly am going to miss it. Anyways, I actually have an excuse to miss it this time.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this calf update stuff. Dealers and auction houses. What do we got? Dealers were very consistent. And what was it? Dealers had 328,000 this time around for this week, and they had 325,000 before that. So yeah, that's pretty consistent. I know that Felix has sold some complete books this week because I see we some of the way the market data gets reported. I actually get to see that, so I know there was one really big sale and a couple smaller ones, I think. So next week should be a high dollar week. But top 6 sales from dealers. Let's see what we got here. Yep. All right, so 328,000 was the total, and this Absolute Batman, right? The book went for 100,000.
Wee.
Yep, issue 9. So congrats to Nick Dragata, man. Then this was talked about a lot. Jorge Jimenez. People said the prices, well, what they were, what they were. Cover for Batman issue 1, 90, right there. And then we had well, how could you not have another page from that corner box cover art? What do we got? 12,000 on that one from Comic-Con art. I mean, we never mention Quartz business at all because a lot of that stuff is smalls and monoprints and stuff.
And digitals, yeah.
Yeah, and then we get this nice Nick Cardy cover that Anthony sold for $12,000, and Jorge Jimenez again. This was from this is a DPS from issue 1, pages 6 and 7, 10,000 on that, and another one from Anthony. Wow. How do you like that? You get Felix, Comic-Con art, and Anthony in the top 6. This is Jim Aparo, of course, and it's from Detective Comics 444. He tried. I know he showed that one on one of the shows, so I'm glad he sold it. We didn't sell it live when we were showing it off. He had $7,500 on that one. And I didn't mention who were the top sellers. Comic-Con art was number 1 with $113,000 in sales.
If I was Jorge Jimenez, I'd be rethinking my process. I don't know about you.
At least when he's working on Batman, you know what I mean?
What else has he really done?
I know, it's true. You're absolutely right. Why? I don't know. I mean, I remember, I can tell you that, that I had emailed with Court numerous times in the last 30 days because they were planning on it. We did a sponsored mailing for them and everything, but they knew going into that this was going to be, special, and they wanted to make sure everybody knew about it. So who knows? I mean, maybe you're right. you might want to rethink your methods.
I would.
I would too. I mean, come on. But yeah, so Felix had 107 that week, and then everybody else was Brit Comics Art was like number 4. And Berkey wasn't even in there. What
Joe
Mike,
had a nice drop last week.
he did. He
Yeah.
did. Yeah, he sold more than Albert Moy. All right, let's see. What do we got? Auction houses. We have eBay and Heritage. I know that there was actually, I think, 2 side events. There was that weird and I got to go look and see what it was. Remember they did that like 6 weeks ago, they did that funny like Thursday night auction, and they did one last week for like independent artist stuff. I can't even remember what was in it, but it did skew our numbers a little bit. So it was 447,000 for the week last week. Normally we'd be around 300,000 for just eBay and Heritage. So let's see here. Yeah, there's a Groot image, and it does suck. I think that website, when make offers are made, I can't go and use that website anymore to find out what the offers ended up being. So I am kind of disappointed about that. But this is a baby Groot painting done by someone named Tim Rogerson that was listed as sold at $6,200. Then for $4,500, this Mark Bagley Spider-Man issue 26, page 27. Was sold. But again, if it's an even number like that, I'm guessing it was make offer, and we don't get to know anymore. And Giger 17 cover, Gary Frank. Love Gary's work. I mean, he's over at Ghost Machine right now. This one was sold probably for $3,787. Then over at Heritage, I highlighted this one. I loved it, and it went for good money. $9,375 for this Herb Trimpe Fred Kita Godzilla title page. Then Jorge Zafino had these 3 Savage Sword of Conan pages, sold as a lot, and they went for $8,125. And this is the Joe Kubert one that I think, if I'm not mistaken, it popped in Brian Peck's gallery this week. This Star Spangled War Story is probably one of the best I've seen in a long time. Went for $6,875. So congrats to Brian. I mean that if you want to get a good war example,
Top notch.
You can't. I mean, it's gonna be tough to top that one. So yeah, that's awesome. And I do really like seeing stuff like that we see at the auction houses that we think are great, and then they do end up in somebody's.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. That's our whole spiel there on the CAF update. So we can dive into the picks, and let me highlight. I got the window shared here. Yep. There we go. And got to get on the right tab before I start. Okay. Let me resize this window a little bit here. And I'll tell you, there was a lot of good art that got posted. It's this past week. I could have picked so many different things. I'm sure you probably felt the same way.
Yeah.
It was a complete contrast to the week before.
Yeah.
It was so hard. I did. I saw
Eric,
lots of good stuff. But yes, I know Matt.
Eric, last week was absolute murder, and this week was like a cool breeze by comparison.
It was weird. Yeah, I don't know. The signature auction or whatever had something to do with it. Everybody was preoccupied with other stuff. But like Matt Kennedy had a nice Sandman commission piece. I mean, there was just so many cool pieces that I saw that I was like, oh, that's nice. But you got to cycle it around. But I will say, you picked a piece from Andre, and I did too. I didn't know it until right before the show, and I was like, shoot, I didn't swap it out. But
crazy guy, great taste.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Sometimes, I mean, it happens. So Mark Chiarello. I mean, did him coming to OAX influence this pick, or do you actually picked this before?
Before I knew, yeah.
Yeah.
So I not to shell, but in my opinion, if you don't commission Mark at OAX, you're missing the boat, because this is the kind of thing you're gonna get. I mean, I love the simplicity of this. What my absolute favorite thing about this is, 2 things. One, he was at DC for so long, so long, that you never got to see him really work on a Marvel character. So seeing him do a bunch of stuff, particularly he loves Spidey, I guess. So like seeing him do some stuff with Spidey has been so fun, even though I don't really care about the character.
Mhm.
So that's cool. That's very cool about this piece. But what I really love about this piece is the building that's behind Spidey is absolutely like a graphic element, like unto itself. It looks almost stamped onto the page. Like it is artificially out of perspective. It's flat. It's really very two-dimensional. And this guy is so talented, so skilled, so knowledgeable that you absolutely know he did this on purpose. Like the way the windows are stilted, like he did that all for visual interest, and he did it all to like bring something cool, graphic, and like interesting to the background in this piece.
Yeah, no, it's gorgeous. I don't need to say any more than when I first saw it, I thought it didn't, it's so graphic. I mean, it's so well composed. Yeah, no, I think it's amazing. And Marcus says Chiarello did a Spidey cover recently. Yeah, that's cool. The wires don't add up. Goose looking for fault. That's okay. You could. They don't need to. Does Spidey's costume are the webs straight enough for everybody? Are his eyes big enough? I don't know, but no, I think it's fantastic. And I'm really not very familiar with Chiarello's work. I really should. I'm gonna have to do some more research.
Well, that's part of the mystique, right? Is that like he went into more of an editorial role where he was really like art director for DC's covers and other projects, for a long time. And we were kind of like, in the grand scheme of things, I feel like we got a little bit robbed as fans of his artwork. So like he would do a cover now and again, and like, famously Batman Houdini and like a couple things like that. But like he's responsible for Wednesday Comics. He's responsible for Solo. He's responsible for like all these incredible works from DC that were really about highlighting artists that we as art collectors, and art admirers have benefited from. But like we really got, kind of deprived of having him do stuff. And like I'm so happy that he's working again like this.
And who's Calf Gallery in here?
Don't know.
Oh, Jimmy Lawrence. Hey, Jimmy made the list. There you go. I get his name on the one of the cross. Oh, I didn't even get that. All right, awesome. Well, yeah, that's a beauty right there. I hope you got some comments on that one, right? 9. All right, 9 comments. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
Mark first got in there early, as did Lance.
Yeah. Could be better. Could be more.
Yeah. And I saw Marcus was saying, when am I going to pick some Robert Berman art? I should. I honest to God, I mean, because Robert, his posting time, I think is around the same time I'm drinking coffee, so I tend to see his stuff in the morning, and I do. There's always something cool. I love everything he posts. So I should. I will. Robert, you will. I'm glad that Marcus said something, because yeah,
he's been posting a ton of great Italian stuff. Yeah,
definitely. Now, I don't know what you like about this piece.
So we talked about Nick Runge recently because he did that great Gambit and Rogue commission. And this like definitely has elements of that, but like it's so pin-up-y that on the surface of it, people would probably be like, why did Chris pick this? But like when you look at the graphic quality of this, it really like it has almost a digital art vibe because of the quality of, well, like who just said that? Somebody commented on the rendering. So the rendering is so tight, it's so thorough, but at the same time, it's not overwrought to the point where you can't let the colors be the star of this, because he does things where he drops out the detail in the palm trees. He drops out the detail in like the towel that's on her beach chair and things like that, where they're great looking elements of the piece, but like the figure is still the star. Like there's so much fun stuff happening with like the tape or whatever that's making up her bikini. But like, tell me that you can't look away from like the umbrella that's in the coconut in her drink. I mean, there's just so much cool stuff happening in this piece, but it all works together so well.
It's beautiful. No, it is, but I can't get over how well it's, you know, it's the well rendered, you know, thing. She
Right.
is beautiful. But no, I get you. I think that the Rogue piece was, you know, it just had a lot more pop to it. But
Mhm.
I see that same thing here. You're right. I mean, the thing is, I'm drawn to her first, of course, and then the drink, and then even just seeing the palm tree in the back and at the end of
Right.
it is just yeah. No, Nick does great work. I mean, you see stuff
It's
like this, and
incredible.
who wouldn't want to commission him?
Right.
There's an umbrella. Rich didn't even see the umbrella. Yeah.
What color are her eyes, Rich?
Look at Marcus. You're just trying to do hard because you see she's hot.
I never really pick like hot girl art, but like this has way more than that. And
Yep.
it's voodoo. I love a good Wildcats character. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Got only 4 comments though, everybody. And whose
Come on,
calf are we in here?
fire up.
Ding Ao from Singapore. Okay. 2-year veteran of comic art fans. Okay. Well, 2.5, I guess. We give him that extra 6 months. There's 2 umbrellas. There's just 2 umbrellas. I didn't even notice the second one.
True.
All right. Well, Goo, you know, he knows what to focus on. Let's see. Peter Rose says his 2001 Space Odyssey is great. Also on calf. Huh. Okay.
I'll check that out.
Same here. All right. Where are we going to from this? Okay. Let me like on this one because I did not. You got Silvestri, and this is an Marvel Age Annual 3.
Silvestri Austin.
Wow.
And that's actually one of the reasons I picked it, because we get so used to Silvestri Rubinstein, Silvestri Green, that like I do feel like Austin like brings something different to this.
Mm-hmm.
I also really like the X-Men and the New Mutants like part across the top. Like that's cool for definitely the mutant fans. But like that second panel, like everybody's really featured. It's really characterful. They're kind of like, they're moping like, teen mutants do. But Roberto's got his soccer ball happening, and Danny's got the Pegasus, and like it's just a really, like, if you're a fan of New Mutants, this is a tip top example. And the fact that it's like Silvestri and Austin, I think is just like a little like uniqueness to it.
Yeah, I mean, then you get the photo, her holding those the images with the teams on them too. I mean, shoot, Mohawk Storm is on this. I mean, yeah. Now this is a really, really great page. Wow. Dang, I want this page.
Yeah, I want it. I don't even like the X-Men.
Right. But even all that aside, I mean, you're right. I mean, it's too bad the one, the X off of X-Men has fallen off, but that is cool. I mean, if you're a mutant collector, this page is like got everything you'd want, because the downtime between battles was always the best. Andre says, I'm obviously jealous of this one.
This is right in the wheelhouse.
It does have Warlock on it, Andre. And this is, a piece like this is one where the collector probably is going to get a few, if you ever want to let that one go, Matt W, please let me know. Please keep me in your thoughts.
Get in line, Bill.
Yeah, exactly. And they're in the UK too. I saw that. What do we got here next? Okay, Platt, right? Yeah, Platt. And this is in whose calf gallery? Lincoln Franco. I can't say I've seen Lincoln Franco's name before, but they have great taste in art.
Yeah. Platt's maturation as an artist is really like what this is all about. Like that's what's on display here, in my opinion, because, he grew out of that really wild, frenetic, like 90s style, which this has elements of, and he's working on his, kind of arguably his signature character, right, from that period, which is Moon Knight. But like what's cool about it is if you were to put the two pieces together, you'd be like, well, these aren't the same artist. If a cover from that era and this cover, you're like, this isn't the same artist. But like you do get like old, splat elements on here, like the feel of the cape for sure, and like kind of the angle of the figure, like the posing a little bit. But like it's so much better. He's really grown artistically.
Yeah, this is amazing. Yeah, the ink work on this thing is beautiful.
Yeah,
so detailed. I mean, it's what you want to see.
Like a McNiven feel to it in parts.
Yeah, Yeah, he just has an interesting technique in here. I mean, the line weights that he does. I mean, he's got to be going in multiple times, with the brush to do this stuff because it's so
Some
intricate.
of it's definitely tech pen.
Yeah, yeah, you're right, definitely. That's a lot of work. But hey, grown or grown, Goo, you are on a roll tonight, man.
Maybe he had a few beers too.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to ask him if he has a drink with an umbrella right next to him right now. But okay, no, but this is beautiful. I mean, I mean, the moon, the size of the moon. I mean,
The
it's
moon.
grotesquely large, but it works perfectly.
Yep.
Jeez. And then the perspective of the city. Shit, man.
Honestly, which is kind of perfunctory, right?
Yeah,
But
this
it's
is
there.
it's damn. All right. Well, Lincoln, you got a winner there. Speaking of winners, and speaking of
Two voodoos.
Travis, right?
Yeah.
This is the second Travis we've seen tonight.
Well, it's two voodoos, second voodoo as well.
That's
But
true.
this to me, I mean, this is bordering on historic. I mean, like this splash was like so impactful. This title page was so impactful. Like I think so many of us have looked at this 1,000 times and thought like, oh damn, if I could only own this piece, like if you're a Travis collector, this piece has crossed your mind like more than a few times. I love the fact that it's like a bill, that like would be tacked up on a kiosk or whatever. It's supposed to be like an advertisement for her show.
Yeah.
There's just way too much to love here. It's perfect, like period Travis. It's inked by what I think a lot of people feel like was his best inker at the time, which is Rich Friend. It's just tremendous in so many ways.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't reading them, but the moment I saw Travis's work, I was smitten like everyone
Yeah.
else. So no, this is great, and I'm familiar with this piece, as far as the imagery. So I like you said, you were one of many people that probably dreamt of owning it.
Yeah, it sticks with you.
Yeah. But no, this is pretty cool. This is nice to see. Myron Tay. Oh, well, Myron's been on the site, you can see, a very long time. He's celebrating his 21st anniversary on Cap. That's commitment right there.
That's a way to do it right there.
Yeah, congratulations, Myron. What a great pickup. Wow. Oh, that's great. So I'm seeing the OAX ad here, and so I'm reminded that I need to update it now with the other artists. I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow morning. But congrats to Myron on that one. And then we get this Al Milgram, Bernie Wrightson inked piece. I see, I missed that part when you picked this. Bernie Wrightson
The
inked.
only reason I picked it, buddy, if I
Wow.
ever pick Al Milgram again, it is going to be a cold day in hell. But the fact of the matter is that Wrightson inked this, and you can see it. You can feel it.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Holy crap, man.
Right?
That's incredible. And I was wondering why you picked this piece, because I'm like, you don't like the house artists.
No. Especially not Al Milgram.
Hey, Al Milgram inked a lot. Maybe you don't like it.
I know.
He inked a lot of important artwork, but you're right. The stuff he's penciled is, he was a house artist, but getting Wrightson's inks on here, gosh, that's
the
rare.
literal impact of it is like almost immeasurable.
Scott Milgram pages are rare. Thank you, Marcus. But yeah, no, this is incredible. It makes me want to like somehow set up a keyword alert for other artwork from this issue, because I want to get one.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, wow. Tom McDonald says
He must have lost the bat. Go Tom.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe he needed some money that day. Who knows? But I mean, shoot,
We've all been there.
Man.
We've all been offered a gig to ink Al Milgram for straight cash.
It could have happened, but I'm honest to God, I'm going to set this one aside and try to, I'm going to go over to Heritage. I'm going to go onto eBay. I'm going to set up some keyword alerts over there, for this issue. I want to. Yeah, I mean, I'd like to get one of these because that would like
Price
slip through.
only helps. He doesn't hurt.
Exactly. Rich Cirillo even agrees. Not your average run of the Milgram art.
Milgram art.
Dang. Okay. Well, that's a beauty right there. Rich, you did very, very well, my friend. Man. Next up. This is an Andre piece. Yep. Yeah.
I love that Andre owns this because having met Andre, it's no one else deserves to own this. So, harkening back to the Punisher's original Marvel swimsuit appearance, he has the skull. I guess we'll call it a swimsuit, mankini, whatever you'd like to call it. But double up with the fact this is by one of my favorite artists, Nick Bradshaw. Made this a real no-brainer for me to pick.
Yeah. It is from the swimsuit issue, right? That's what
Yep.
that's what issue 1. James hopes it's your next.
I'm working on it. James. I'm getting sculpted.
Oh shoot. Rich Cirillo says there were multiple inkers on that issue. So even if I might not get it right soon. Oh well. But I'm still gonna try, man. That's a great piece.
Yeah.
But
Fun combo.
yeah, definitely. But no, this is nice. And the more I see Bradshaw's work, the more I like it too. I mean, I always, it's very skilled, but there's just a fun quality to his line. It is different than Art Adams in a lot of different ways now. I mean, there's similarities, but
Now, yeah,
but
absolutely.
now he's just so there's a lot more. He leaves some room for the page to kind of come out of it. He's not he's rendering it just enough to give what the page needs, and
There's
then
enough detail. It's not clobbering you over the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best of Award is now wearable. No, we're not going in that direction for 2025, Marcus. Is that MODOK in a face plant? Is it? I don't know. Is there
Right
MODOK
there.
in
Yeah, that might be actually. I didn't read this book. I think MODOK is face down with his little legs out there in the first.
It does look like MODOK. Huh.
Yeah.
That's funny. I didn't even realize that was a character.
Well, now I have to read it. I'm hooked.
I
don't know if the Punisher took out MODOK.
He must have. Well, yeah, that's the only image you get to see of him. All right. Well,
James knows because, of course, he pores over these swimsuit issues.
Yes, he does. Not one gets by him. So, all right. Well, there you go. It is MODOK. MODOK appearance in a swimsuit issue. Not in a swimsuit, though. You should see his thong. Okay. Danny. Now, who's Kafka here? We got Ryan Quackenbush.
So on the opposite end of the spectrum from
very much so. Yeah.
Yep,
I love that second panel.
Yeah. Like I say this all the time, but she does so much with so little. And like this is when you tell people that like don't know that much about this stuff, when you tell people that like this page is actually harder to draw, harder to execute than the Nick Bradshaw page, they're kind of like, what? But they just are. Like you have to go into this so much more deliberately, so much more thoughtfully, because it's what you're not drawing here that really matters the most.
Yeah. No, this is fantastic. I mean, I love just first, second, third panel. I love that the character silhouette in the first, not in the third. Just reversing everything. I mean, yeah. This is it's a great composition, wonderful storytelling. I mean, I don't know what's the book, Invisible Man. Okay, that's cool. It makes me want to read it because the art's so well thought out and the composition's fantastic. Coronado Roy. Okay.
I see that, Robert. Yeah. Yeah, this could be a Dylan Dog book.
Only got one comment on it though, everybody.
Come on, here. More than that, just for Danny.
Exactly. Here, I'm going to throw the link in the chat. Come on, somebody's got to leave an extra comment on this one. What do we got next? Is this your last one? Tristan Portol. Oh, there we go. This is one I wanted the bigger scan of when I saw it, but it's so really nice.
Yeah, I'm a absolute sucker for Alfredo Alcala, probably because he drew the He-Man mini comics and like did a bunch of the concept work for Masters of the Universe, and I have such a huge soft spot for that. But like when you see him like over top of someone like Buscema and like in this like really painterly, like incredibly rendered stuff that they were putting together for these Savage Sword books, and I mean, he really like spares nothing on this page. Like everything is completely wrought on here, and like I'm hard pressed to think of somebody that I would prefer to see over top of these than Alcala.
Right. It's a stunning page.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so much detail in it. I mean, the page has a nice patina to it. I mean, everything about it is fantastic. I mean, it's a title page. Yeah, gosh, and it's fun that on a book that's featuring Conan. Conan's the smallest figure on here. He's just there's just there.
But still a
Yeah,
focal point because of how they compose the image.
right. Yeah, this is beautiful.
He's the the apex of the whole page.
Mm-hmm. And number one Marvel fan says, about time to start rereading Savage Sword again. Right, you see artwork like this, and it does make you want to go back and read it. I saw Marcus giving me crap about not showing photos from my day out to the Ocalicon, right? But we made a stop at the comic book tent sale because it was on the way. I went with Dan Goodwin, and I picked up. They had a pack. They had like 10 issues of Justice Machine. The first whatever the first 10 issues were for $10. And I'm like, I'm buying it. And why? Because as soon as I saw the covers, I was reminded how much I like the art. And I'm like, I want to go back and reread them. And you see stuff like this, and it does, just like Tom just said, it makes you want to
That
reread
reminds me, did you see that Heritage has an RPG art auction coming up?
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, I would be willing to bet that there's some Gustovich in there. I haven't looked myself, but I noticed that they have an RPG art auction coming up.
Okay, and what they've been running a lot of odd art auctions, but no, I did not see that one. So it's on the list.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they've got so many auctions running now. I have to kind of rethink how because we always we import their weekly auctions and their signature auctions, but there's so much more stuff to promote from them now, and I've got to there's something that needs to be done there. But no, shoot. All right, I'm highlighting it. I'm actually here. Watch this. This is how I won't miss it. Breaking out the highlighter.
He
there
did.
We go.
Gustovich and
Jeff D did Villains and Vigilantes.
Steranko did some stuff for like Palladium. Like we were into the Palladium games, and so Gustovich and Geis and they did a bunch of stuff for their superhero RPG that was so good. Honestly, I think it's Gustovich's best stuff is in those books.
All right.
Yeah.
The stuff that I remember the most, but interesting. Yeah, and I did take a couple pictures though, Marcus. I didn't think to load them up there. There's a picture of Dan and I and Michael Trailer from First Coast Comic Con. He was there, and I'll just say I talked to Adam Kubert because he was there. I saw Chris Stevens was out there. I ended up having a couple beers with Clay Mann and Tim Townsend.
Awesome.
So we hung out at in this posh. This was at an equestrian center in Ocala. So it's literally they were in a hotel. You walked in and it had the biggest lobby. Polished white marble floors. All the walls were white, and every 6 feet was a 6 foot tall painting. 6 foot by 4 foot of either a dog or a horse or a guy on a horse playing polo. And they were paintings. They weren't like G. Clay's.
Yeah.
It was a weird scene. I immediately thought about taking photographs while I was in there, and I totally forgot because I was just in awe of how weird this place was. But it was, but it looked like a turn of the century, I don't know, a mansion from the outside, and it was white. Everything was white. It was too clean. Anyway, great pick. I can go ahead and do mine now too. Let's see. Get the last 20 minutes until the top of the hour too.
Here we go.
Yeah, I had to pick this one. Come on, it's Stingray, it's Kamolo. What more can you ask for? And I
It's
didn't even
so
check. Of course,
tight.
it is. Look at that. Here, I zoom in on it. Kamolo's amazing. I'm telling you, everybody,
Yeah,
if you haven't gotten a Kamolo in your collection, you got to work it out. He sets up at Comic Art Live every 6 months. He has a calf gallery. He does. I know he doesn't speak English very well, and you'll always work through an intermediary with him, his rep, or I think it's maybe a family member. But the guy is so damn talented, and just looking at this, I saw that the aux images, he always gives you the prelim work with the piece,
nice.
and a lot of times he even slips in an extra bonus piece. At least I've gotten a bonus piece. I don't. Oh, there you go. See, bonus xenomorph. So yeah, I mean, he knew I like Cthulhu, so I got this cool Cthulhu piece, and they're usually like a 6x9 or maybe a little smaller, but the guy is so talented, generous. If we could ever get him to OAX, I would be I would be taking him out to dinner all the time. I've just loved his
Yeah,
work since the moment I saw it. He's incredible. I know Kazra feels the same way. We both have. And I mean, who doesn't? I mean, look at this stuff. Stingray,
it's
you he won. He won the calf last week. I had to use it as the show graphic.
well, Stingray has never, ever, ever looked so heroic. I mean, like not even close.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's got shades of like Submariner and Conan and He-Man and like I mean, you add this like fantasy painterly vibe to that character and like you really like take him to another level. And when you look at the character, look at the costume, like it doesn't feel like it would work, but obviously it works.
It does. Totally. I mean, my goodness. Yeah. What did Carl say? Stingray gets best commissions. Makes me want to give up on getting commissions because it's not fair. Carl, you just got a commission Kamolo. I mean, I don't understand why this guy isn't doing like published work regularly because he's fast and he's so talented. I don't know if it's either it's by choice. I don't understand it because I mean, he is one of the first way back when Enrico Savini repped him
Yep.
underneath the Red Sector banner.
Man.
Because yeah, he's just been around for so long, and he's as good as I mean, he's amazing. What if he's AI? He's not AI. I know he goes to Como. I've seen photos of him there, so he does get out a little. Anyway, great pickup, Newell. Congrats. Then Caroline Cash going to OAX, of course. This is in Ron S's calf gallery. Godzilla versus Chicago. I think I saw this piece at Heroes. It was still in the portfolio over at Athenaeum's table. And I know a few other people who picked up pages from it. I just like her very indie style,
Yep.
heavy brushwork. Or, I just think it's fun. So assuming it's brushwork, but I like the line quality. It's very like woodcutty kind of
Mhm.
feel. So I mean, look at that Godzilla. I mean, in the last panel, I've never quite seen Godzilla quite like that. It looks like a giant cockroach, the facially, but I love it. It's cool.
I like this a lot.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, and because a lot of the Godzilla artwork that I've seen, that have come out with the Marvel stuff and everything, it's been like, oh, okay, it's cool. But
That lake
this is
is deep.
special. Yeah, that's true. Stingray has 2 of the pages. That's right. I forgot about that. And this is a good one. I do have my like on it. It's only got hey, look at it. It's got 12 comments and only 9 likes. Typically it skews the other way. So other people like this page too. Next up. See, you picked that nice Silvestri page. So I picked this
Almost
Alan
picked
Davis.
this.
Paul. Well, how could you, I mean, Brian Peck. I love the composition on this thing.
Mhm.
I mean, look at the structure on it. Single panel, 2 panels, 3 panels.
And it's packed.
It is. There is, yeah. It's just jam packed with detail. Lots of stuff going on. I love this page. I mean, and yeah, I definitely. I don't even think I read. Well, clearly, everybody knows I didn't read a lot of Excalibur unless Tatiana bought me it in a trade. But this page is great. Paul Neary inks the best.
Yep.
Um,
Absolute best.
yeah. I get it. You're right, Robert. You're surprised when people comment, but they don't hit the like button. I mean, well, yeah, I get it. I get it. Well, anyway. So this is a great page. Brian's
Really,
doing.
it's really busy, but like because it's Alan Davis, like everything reads perfectly.
Yeah, that I didn't even really notice the first panel with all just the
You and the
people
Thor
talking
costume.
without the little whatever. It's just that's fun.
Mhm.
Um, wow. Anyways, great piece. What do I pick next here? It's Sal Buscema Marvel Team Up page. Now, why did I pick this one? Honestly, I picked this one because this feels like it should be a hostess ad. Somebody should be running away with Twinkies.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
yep.
Uh, I love it.
God,
Spidey,
you're so
Daredevil,
right.
Electro. I mean, come on. This is such a fun page. But yeah, I'm looking for the ho-hos or something on here. I love it. And just for that reason, it just oh, I love this page. I don't even know whose this is. Let's see. Oh, Lee Banaka. Lee's got a pretty cool collection. But yeah, this is nice. Yeah, okay. Let's see. Next is okay. You got nothing to say. Ho-hos, right?
I
Hostess.
mean, you're dead on. You nailed it in one. I got nothing to add to that.
Yeah,
I mean,
this is just fun.
even the individual panel compositions, you're like, yeah, this is a hostess ad.
Exactly. I mean, if Electro was spun up and hanging from a chandelier,
If
in the
there was like
Spidey's web
a
at the
tweet floating, like where he had like dropped it. Yep.
it's so perfect. Yeah. If I would have figured out how to own this page if I had seen it, because just for all that. But congrats, Lee, for picking this one up. Then this is
Ooh,
this is the Andre pick that I got, the Justin Greenwood. I just like not only did I like the interesting style, the painterly style in it, I kind of like the composition a lot. And
I love it.
because with Cloak being just so huge in this, and
He's such a great framing element as a
he,
character.
exactly.
You know?
And I don't mind like the color shifts and stuff in it either. I feel like that the skin tones are a little off. The colors in some of the costumes are off, but they're all off together, and so it works really well. And yeah, and I didn't want to drop this out after I saw you had picked something from Andre as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right, Wesley. It is awesome.
Yeah. Feels like a
Uh,
cover too,
oh, I'm sorry. Let me go
compositionally
back
and
to it.
compositionally and everything. And this like really feels like a cover. This is a a crossover that we didn't see.
Hmm. Well, Andre had a good week.
Love it.
Yeah, this is in Mr. McDonald's calf gallery, right? Yeah, Chaikin, American flag from 1984.
Bruzenak.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. I love Howard's American flag work.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's it's a little sexy, or it's people here with their arms across their chest talking. This is just a great page, and reminds me of all the reasons why Howard is such a damn good storyteller. It's disappointing, that everything's kind of broken up in panels these days, but uh, yeah, I mean, I love that he split the two panels here at the end with the gunshot. So good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That like half a second that you needed to,
Hmm.
add that weight.
Yep. Wow. This is great, Tom. You got a really good page. What do we got here next? I got a couple more. Okay, this was Tyler T. Yeah, Tyler T.
Yeah.
Jeremy Heiler. I just thought the composition was great. Figures are small. I mean, even though it's a Daredevil versus the Hand, you got Elektra in it, but I mean, she's just kind of gonna let Daredevil take them all on. It looks like just to see. But I just thought this was great. I love the composition. The Fisk poster in the background between the buildings is fun. Uh, what's not to love? I mean, this is like mad art, by Sergio from the late '60s, but done with Daredevil and Elektra and the Hand, and I love it.
I said this recently, but like I really love it when a commission tells a story, and like this has a little, there's a storytelling element here for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. This could be a group page almost. I mean, I love this.
Yeah.
Man. So again, Jeremy Heiler, 14 comments, 24 likes. Yeah, a lot of people like this one. But great pickup, Tyler. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. And I wonder what does he list the size? No. He,
Hmm.
this when Jeremy presented, he said, "Are 26 ninjas enough?" Well, yeah, I wonder what he said. What was his answer? Yes, or it's never enough. I don't know
I
where
think
he
it
would
was
go
a
with that.
resounding yes. I think he was pretty psyched when he got that.
Stingray says it's 9 by 12. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
I would have thought it had to at least be 11 by 17. I
That's
mean,
a feat.
I gotta look at it again. 9 by 12. Well, shit. I want to see that in person then if it's 9 by 12. Okay, here we go. An X-Men annual page, Art Adams. These are always just fun to see when they turn up. And
And Mignola and Gordon.
right. Look at
Man.
that. That's such a nice page.
And you can just picture them like passing this page around and ink and like slapping ink on it because they had to get it done because art was so slow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably true. Look at that.
Man alive. Historic.
Hey, Andrea, I think Warlock's in here. But yeah, this is awesome. So I mean, really, really nice. So and it's in Tiang Ming's Kef Gallery in Malaysia. We've got a very eclectic international group that we picked from today.
Yeah.
Okay, I was kind of happy to see this one. This Dave Taylor 2000 AD page. I love the detail. I love the lack of panel borders. I love the way Dread's drawn here. I think I just the detail in this piece from panel to panel
I
is
know.
amazing. Look at all the dreads in that second panel.
Yep. I so value good technical drawing, and this has that. But then when you look at that second panel, it's also got like a strong graphic element to it, and there's a ton of creativity in here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, and great storytelling. And then this panel here with all the machinery in the walls and the robots and dang. This is so good.
Yeah.
It's watching Jack the Radio. Okay.
And there's like fun cartooning too.
It is. It
Yeah.
really is. Well, I want to see what the published page look like. That's not too bad. That's not so bad. That's yeah. Anyway, congrats to our good friend George for this one. This is a great piece. I wouldn't mind getting something from this book. I haven't read it, but just seeing this page, yeah.
For sure.
Oh, did I pick this one? I don't remember. I don't think I added it. I don't know why I have this.
Ooh.
I'm not sure why. Well, maybe I did pick it. Did I pick it in John's? Because I was emailing with him this week.
Look at that crowd.
Isn't that great? I met John when we did that event in Columbus, and he's somebody I've been like pestering to interview for a while. Because he's like half strip collector, half comic collector from this era. But yeah, this Kubert piece, I don't remember if I put his name in the mailing because I thought I was just in his calf gallery. But either way, I'm glad I'm looking at it again.
Tremendous.
Isn't that great? Clouds are awesome.
I buy it just the cloud.
It's such a nice piece. John and I will definitely work out doing an interview sometime in the future. But yeah, he's really, really, really nice guy, and he came down to OAX last year with his wife. I hope he makes it down again in year 3. But he's just got a cool collection, very different. He likes Western art, so it's Western strip art, war. Like talking to Peter Rowe, I guess maybe, but a little different. So Ace for sure. Yeah. Yes. Interview. See, Peter wants to, talk. John's yeah. Well, you'll have to meet him. We'll work it out. We haven't picked a date. I think his wedding anniversary is in October. He's got some other stuff going on. So it could be a November, December interview, but I think everybody would enjoy it because John's just a really, really interesting gentleman. But yeah, this is a page I should put a comment on. He's got 15 comments and
Absolutely.
and 15 likes now. I leveled it out. I'm balanced. All right. Well, there you go. We made it, man. We made it
That
through
was
all of
it. All right.
Yeah, we did it.
It was fun
So,
to roll.
and you didn't even have an extra drink. You drank enough before we sat down.
Yeah,
So
I'm doing just fine.
you do
I'm
have
gonna
to work
fall
tomorrow.
asleep within 10 minutes of getting off this show.
Yep. Good. Well, maybe I haven't got anything. I haven't ordered anything in a long time, so I don't know when I'll have an unboxing. I did bid on three of those, three of the pieces that I showed while the EXP video was playing, and I got
Oh, all right.
outbid. I got outbid on two of them. I'm the high bid on one of them. So, but I bid on the Pollard Thor and the Bill Ward, and I got and I actually did. I went over. I went to 750 on the Ward. So I was trying to goose it a lot, and I got outbid. So I don't
Oh,
think that
wow.
one's going to go for cheap.
Somebody wants it bad.
Yeah. Marcus wants to know about animal visitations. We did actually have we may have a new. Well, I hope we don't have a new cat, but yeah, it looks like it's a feral cat and it has some issues. But it showed up 2 nights ago, and when during a stream, and Maureen texted me, she's like, "There's this cat on the front porch. It looks wounded. I've been feeding, I fed it, and I just don't want you to like freak out if you go out on the front porch before you go to bed."
And throw a
And
chair at it.
right,
Or a
exactly. She goes,
table.
"It's actually." She texted me. She says it's actually nice. And I didn't, I'm reading it during the interview with Ted, and I'm like, I don't believe that. So I went out there, and sure enough, this cat, it's more affectionate than our cat.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's definitely got like a wound on its jaw, and so and and it's been out for a long time. It's rather thin, and
Yeah.
so we've been feeding it. It's staying here, like it stays on the front porch all night, and then leaves during the day and it's come back. So I don't know. We may end up trying to take it to the vet to see what we can do with it. But our cat and it, they seem to get along. So they've
Okay.
just been kind of hanging out on the front porch. So yeah, uh, another cat, but a nice one. But I'll tell you, my cat is so scarred from that fight because you saw the little video. That other cat looked a lot like our cat color wise, right? White and black. That's why when I saw it on the ring, I thought it was my cat on the front
Sure.
porch. And now, dang it, man! Every time it's nighttime and our cat wants to go out, it's hissing at its reflection in the door
Oh
now
my
and won't go outside. I mean, it comes into my office and just looks at itself and just sits there hissing because it's
Uh-huh.
stupid. But that other cat looked
PTSD.
just like her. So I don't know. Hopefully, it's fate that this other cat showed up, and it will maybe make her forget the battle that
Emboldened.
she was in.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maureen said it's like we needed it because she was just going nuts. She's hissing at every time she saw her reflection. It's just she's insane right now.
Wow.
Anyway, they are in heat. No, it's another girl cat. So it's two girls, Marcus. Okay, there we
That
go.
doesn't work, Marcus.
It does not work in the cat world. All right, man. Well, always fun, Chris.
Times.
I'm glad you got the smile back, and yeah, that's a positive right there. And congrats on the gifts from Lance. I
Yeah.
mean, Lance, there was no chocolates in there though, so I'm a little disappointed in that. But
It's okay. He knows I'm watching my figure.
right. Yeah. Oh man. All right. Thanks for yeah. You're welcome, Stingray. Always a pleasure picking something from your calf gallery. But all right, man. Well, have a wonderful weekend. I'll see you again next week. We haven't talked about having a stand-in, but maybe I'll fish around and we can find somebody the week after next, or whatever.
Right.
Well,
Let me know.
okay.
Thanks, guys.
Sounds good.
Have a good night.
See you. All right, everyone. Well, this was a fun show. I mean, I know I saw a few more pre-books come in while I was chatting. Matt Wagner. You've got Matt Wagner, Jason Johnson, and Roy Mercado all announcing their pre-books tonight. So we've got 3 more on the list. I think we're up to like 16, 17 people. I think we have 3 of them sold out. So plenty more pre-OAX announcements to come. I can guarantee you that we've got some live shows that are in pencil here or there, but we will definitely be making announcements fast and furious, I think, over the next 4 to 6 weeks. So look forward to that. And again, it's I appreciate those who picked them up tonight, and we'll get a mailing out tomorrow to let everybody else know that these opportunities are there. Don't forget about Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones Kickstarter that starts on October 1st. And what else is going on? I think the Guillermo del Toro auction is tomorrow, right? So there's that to look forward to. I'm pretty sure that's tomorrow, right? The 26th. I thought it was a Friday that it was on. So I'm going to be watching that. I'm curious to see where those Magnolas and some of those props wind up. I'm sure Tom is curious about that as well. So always some fun stuff going on around here, right? Lots of interesting things going on in the hobby. But again, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your evening, and don't forget, doubleheader on Saturday, 2 o'clock, 9 o'clock. Tatiana's team and the crew from Next Comic Art at 9. So I will be back with those 2 shows on Saturday. So see you then, and thanks for hanging out with us this evening. Good night.